What's the very first thing that you notice?
I felt the energy change when the cloud did stop, and a sensation of going down, a sensation of like especially coming from the feet upward. I'm trying to gather information.
Take your time. Take your time.
Despite there's no vision yet, I do have the sense it's like a physical place with a physical body.
Yes, yes. There's no rush. It may take a little time for you to just adjust and um, get a sense of that 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 physical body and your surroundings. So just allow the information to come in whatever way is best for you. It could be just a feeling of a place or just a knowing, um, or even just a hazy image.
It's taking a bit of time. It's like integrating. It's like being in a video game and integrating with another character. And I do
Yes.
intentionally call in and welcome the consciousness, the energy of this version of me or higher guidance to guide me now to access information. What is particular is that the sense of this body feels different. So it's like feeling the skeleton or the body shape. That is the
Yes.
different sensation than the one I'm used to feel mine.
Yes. Yes.
I'm yet to gather a sense of where I am.
That's okay. That will
Yeah.
come.
But feel free
Perhaps.
to go ahead and ask questions and we'll see what comes.
Okay. Do you get a feeling that you're male or female in this body?
I'm receiving mail.
Yes. Are you a young male or a middle-aged or older?
In the 30s.
Okay. Okay. Does the body feel healthy?
Pretty much, yeah, quite
Yeah.
like strong, fairly healthy.
Very good. Okay. So as you just get a sense of this male, this yeah, quite a young male, um, just want you now to look
I'm getting the
down.
sense that also for that, whatever is the time, 30 is not that young. So it's like for the
Yes,
lifespan of the time, it
I
feels like
yes,
in the middle.
I understand. Yes, so we're going back in time then. Yeah. Okay, so now as this man in that life, I would ask you now to look down at your feet and get a sense of what, if anything, you're wearing on your feet.
I do have a sensation of connection with the ground. Not able to tell if it's barefoot or very basic shoes. It does feel
Okay,
like it could be cement, it could be stone. It does not feel like nature underneath my feet. On the
okay.
body, veiled sense of something that could be like a salopette or something like quite basic.
Is it like one piece of cloth or
It could be.
um,
It could
yes.
be.
And does it come below the knees or not?
Yes, it's the sense is that it's covering the legs as well, and
Yes,
that the arms are free.
I see. Yes. Um, so scanning up the body, do you feel you have anything on your head?
Uh, no, possibly short curly hair.
Yeah, what color of hair?
Mm, possibly like light dark brown, something.
Yeah. Um, are you wearing anything around your neck?
No,
No. Are you carrying anything in your hands?
not at the moment.
Very good. Okay. Um, what is the weather like, do you sense?
I'm getting a bit humid, but fine.
Yes, yes.
We're like in
Yeah,
the middle of the day going towards down.
yes. So you have like a sort of a hard surface under your foot, like stony or is it concrete or something like that, you say?
It's the sensation is more like big stones. It's like street, but made of big stones.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Okay. Okay, just have a look around and get a sense of whether there's anybody else in this place or anything else in this place.
There would be not in super near proximity, but there would be houses and places and people in their houses and about.
Okay,
I don't yet
yes,
have a sense of people just nearby me.
that's okay. Yes, okay. Um, do you have any sense that are you going somewhere or do you get any sense of that?
Not yet, but it may happen of starting to explore around.
Yeah, so I would like you then to just explore and maybe on foot, just go forward now and get a sense of perhaps um, where you're heading.
I'm getting a sense of, yeah, walking,
Good.
some perception of some noise and background in the street, a
Mm,
possibly sensation of, not sure of the translation, but the carriage with the horses and
yes,
like men that would use this one to carry people from places to places.
yes,
So that sort of era.
yes, yes. Okay. Right. So do you sense like there that this is a built-up area, a town or something like that?
It could be. I'm getting a sense that we like the chance of going walking towards possibly a house.
Okay, okay. Okay, so I'm going to count to three, and on the count of three, you'll arrive at your destination. One, heading towards your destination. Two, getting closer. Three, you have arrived at your destination. Now, what do you sense or see?
So interesting. So everything it's veiled, like the vision is like 4%, 3%, but there's still a guided sense of what is happening. As he
Mhm.
counted backward, I had the sense of the door closing behind me, and the cognizance, it's the place where I stepped into is my house in this experience, this life that is being visited. I see basic things. It's like an environment that is basic, clean and tidy, but like not sparkly clean. Modest, humbled things done in wood. There's a basic table, a rectangular table in the center, open space, maybe a kitchen at the back, few chairs. Uh, I am I'm trying to gather a sense if there is other people that live here. Um,
Okay.
I'm I'm getting I'm getting a no, not yet.
Okay. Um, yes. Do you get any sense of how you spend most of your time?
I'm getting a sense of loneliness in the heart. Not a heavy one, but just an acknowledgement, just a sense. I'm getting the sense that most of the time it's spent like working and doing basic chores. I'm trying to get a
Okay.
sense of what I do for work. It's
Okay.
something a bit physical, a bit with tools and with the hands. Quite
Yes.
quite basic, doesn't require too much thinking, requires showing up and doing, but doesn't not too quite basic.
I see. Yes. Okay. Okay, very good. Now, I want you to leave that scene and I want you to move forward
Mhm.
to an
Just
important.
a moment.
Yes, sorry.
No, no, thank you so much for what you're doing. It's like inviting me to take a longer moment, and I get the sense there's something more that I need to acknowledge in this space.
Okay, take your time.
I'm also I'm inviting to show, to allow me to know what it is that I need to connect or acknowledge in this room or in this house. One moment as I receive. Getting is not too much something that I need. It's not important. There's not like an object or something important that needs to be seen. It's more like the sensation, that internal state that needs to be acknowledged.
Okay, and how do you feel in this place?
I feel at peace, but it's not a truly fulfilled. It's more a sense of quiet. I'm not. I wouldn't describe it as surrendering, but there is that sense of loneliness. There is that sense. There is that desire of wanting more. There is that desire. There is the heart wandering of a partnership, of a union, of a family.
Okay,
I'm allowing words as they come of the space, the presence of a wife and children to enrich the life,
yes,
to feel the space in the house and just the energetic space around the family.
yes. So you feel quite lonely that you're missing that. Do you have any sense of maybe why that hasn't happened for you so far?
What I'm receiving is it just didn't happen. But it like the sense is also it's from a time where things were not as they were now. So things were like much more simple. You would cruise with the day and life events.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Um, yes, okay. Um,
We are ready to move forward now.
Thank you so much. So now I would like you to leave that scene and move forward to an important day in this life that you're viewing. You have now moved forward to an important day when something is happening. And now, what do you sense or what do you see?
Excuse me. There is the sense of there was like a bifurcation and the chance of jumping directly in another life, but no, we can explore another scene of this life, the sensation of these men, a sense of the body being older, so more towards the end of the life, and
Okay.
the body feeling older and like feeling still in a bed. Um,
Yeah.
not not quite at passing over, but in a much more still sort of last chapter towards last chapter of the life.
Yes. And how does he feel as he approaches the end of his life?
So these emotions that are coming up are like attuning to the heart in a way that is even more evolved than what it could perceive at that time. And the sensation is just an evolution of what was the sense that we got to witness and explore in the previous scene to this one. So like fast forward in time, that sensation from the heart of like that knowing of an unexpressed and not actuated desire of a family,
Hmm.
the the void, the load that that carries in the heart is again not in a pity way, but it is more like a lost opportunity and the growth, the sharing, that part of the love that never get the chance to blossom. And so there is that sense of that loneliness in that way, as in would have wondering how it would have been to actually have experienced that love, that family, and the connection that you would create with a partner and eventually children. So there is a lot of this acknowledgement. At the same time, there is sort of being at peace, being at quiet with our life has gone. Uh, Not necessarily in a religious sense, but I feel like there is an inner connection. There is an inner, whether that is to source or something else, but there is an inner state of uh, being okay. So even if the body is not as strong as it used to be and is not capable or self-sufficient as it used to be, it's like it is what it is, surrender, but with that sense of inner peace. But spa what is the main component is this big sense of projected later on in life at an older age, and how what previously was, yes, a sense, it has become much, much bigger as an awareness in the heart of the missed opportunity of not having a family.
Yes, but are you saying at the same time there's also a sense of surrender with that, or is there a sense of
Yeah,
acceptance?
so yes, acceptance is a good word. I'm getting the
Okay.
sense that is okay. There is this sorrow that he may had not as much chance to integrate or progress, but it's both these elements are present.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Now, um, if you want to now, I will ask you to Um, just leave that life and you won't experience any physical sensations. You can just, the body can now just leave that life and you can just view that life from the other side when you leave your body. You won't have any physical sensations. You can talk about it as an observer. And as you leave the body in the death experience, what feelings and beliefs about that life do you carry with you, or how do you feel once you're on the other side of that life?
Um, I'm receiving let me receive a few things and then respond.
Yeah, take
Because
your time.
I felt like I've moved out, but I'm also excuse me, I'm also receiving that what needs to be received has been received, and we can go back to this later if we are ready to move to another life.
Yes, I'm ready. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we'll move away from that life, leaving that man there to continue on his own path. Now, if you like, you can move either forward or backward to another appropriate time and place that has information that you need. Moving away, drifting away, looking for the most appropriate time and place to stop and look at and examine. You are now at another time and place. And now, what do you sense or what do you see?
Alasana ma, shunni alasanai. I'm smiling because I get a sense like this is not hurt. Alasana ai, alasana ma, shunni alasanai. Alasanai, alasanama, shunni, alasanai. Sana, alasanama, shunni. My guides are telling me like you were open to surprises. This is one. Alasana, ai, alasanama, shunni. Alasanama, shunni, alasanai. Allah, give her a moment to integrate. Alasana, ai, shunni. Alasanama, alasanai, shinni. Alasanama, shunni, alasanai. What I can say is what is very fun of this experience is that Alasana Federica, integrate later. Enjoy the experience now. Alasana ma shuni. This feels natural. This like I can sense like this is it's like I'm in the life. So this
Mm,
is common. This is how I should be speaking. There should be no other way.
mm.
Alasana shini of expressing. Alasana shini. Alasana ma. It feels so natural. Alasana ma shuni. Alasana. Alasana ma. Alasana shini. You can ask questions.
Okay, so um, can you can you see?
Alasana.
Do you have a physical form now in this life?
That's a great question. Alasanama. Shunya Alasanama. I'm getting yes, but not quite. It's different. It's Alasanama Shuni. The energy would gather and would form in a different way. Alasanama Shuni. So you might be able to render that Alasana Shuni in a physical shape, but it's not Alasanama Shuni as the dense body that you would see on Earth. Alasana Shuni Alasanama. And with that, of alasana, shunya, alasana also come different, much different alasana, shinya, alasanama abilities within alasanama, shuni, the vessel. She can experience alasana, shini, how that feels lighter. Alasanama, shuni, it feels different. Alasanama, shuni. If alasana, shuni, alasanai, human, alasanama, shuni would Alasana Shuni needs some time to go in a meditation. Alasana Shuni to discern and try to locate within themselves the chakra, the energy center, and can much feel with much more density. Alasana Shuni, the bones, the flesh. Alasana Shuni, the skin. It is much different in Alasana Shuni, the galactic space that Alasana Shuni, she's trying to remember now with this experience. Everything feels much more fluid. Everything is much more alasana shuni integrated together. Alasana.
Okay. So as this being, is this on another planet? Is it in our...
Alasana Shunni Alasanai. Alasanama Shunni. I'm not sure. Alasanama Shunni, if planet is the right word. Alasanama Shunni. Alasana Shunni. Surely Alasanama Shunni. Completely Alasanai Shini, different galaxy and realm. Alasanama Shunni could be more appropriate. This is one. Alasanama Shunni of Alasanai Shini Alasanai, the most ancient. Alasanama Shunni. Places is not the right words. You would like alasanama shuni, the words to convey this in English. Alasanama shuni, alasanama shuni. You could call it a place if you would like, but it's one alasanama shuni of the very first experiments, the places of creations. Alasanai shini. This is one of the bases. Alasanama shuni of Alasanama shuni, what you may today refer as the Higher Galactic Council. Alasanama shuni. Alasanai Shini Alasanama.
So is it one of the first places where human souls existed?
Alasana Shuni Alasanai. Alasana Shuni. We are trying Alasana Mashuni to direct the questions, and we are not quite yet to that final part, Alasana Mashuni, of the channeling. So no, Francis, that more will come later on. Alasana Mashuni, as she finishes to revisit the lives. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana, brief response to your question is not all Alasana Mashuni energy beings that have been here, then Alasana Mashuni also choose or were sent to Alasana Mashuni have an experience on earth. She was sent Alasana Mashuni for very specific reasons. For her current incarnation, Alasana Mashuni, it is helpful. Alasana Mashuni, this is an integration that she requested in her heart many times. It was
Oh,
helpful to better have Alasana Mashuni, a visitation of her version, to come back home in that sense. To remember, this is a 0.5% veiled sense for her. Alasana Mashuni is not a veiled experience, but Federica, Alasana Mashuni, shall it be enough? Alasana Mashuni to open the doors back home. Alasana Mashuni to better close the bridge, to better close the gap of Alasana Mashuni where she belongs and where she initiated Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Ishini. So Alasana Mashuni, give her the time. Alasana Mashuni to Alasana spend a few more moments in this being, in this place. Alasana Shuni, Alasanama Shuni we will Shuni Alasanama sit back slightly and just give her the chance to reintegrate with the vessel Alasanama, with the Alasana, the vessel that she has in Alasanama Shuni, in this realm, in this galaxy. Excuse me. Alasanai Shini, Alasanama Shuni. I do have this sense, Alasanama Shuni. Again, there is such a it's so easy alasana shuni to conversate in this way, and the sense of alasana shuni, they are not rendered alasana these sounds, these chords are not rendered as precisely as it would there alasana shuni, but it is an enough for a representation. There is this sense, Alasana Shuni, that this again is the most natural language. Alasana Shuni, like before in the induction, you communicated in English. This feels as natural. Alasana Shuni. There is the sense of recovering a position well respected, of authority, of leadership. So in Alasana Shuni, in having Alasana Shuni, it's a loving blend, Alasana Shuni, of responsibilities over others. Alasana Shuni, in not being Alasana Ishini one, like I do feel that is Alasana Shuni in this leadership. Every being has its role. However, Alasana Mashuni, they cooperate in unity to retain harmony. Alasana Shuni, Alasanai. You can ask other questions if you want.
are you saying that Federica in this life that she's experiencing on this in this other galaxy, that she has a leadership position?
Yes, that's very much what it feels like.
Okay, and she came to Earth with a special mission. She really would. This is one of her questions that she really wants to know more about, where she came from and what her mission here is about.
Thank you for the question. This again, the past is like we are still in the visitations of the other life incarnation. We are not yet at the part of the questions. She
Okay,
can explore Alasana Shunni, Alasanai, she can explore more of these Alasana Shunni incarnation. We can call it incarnation for her. Incarnation is not precisely the right word because there would not be a body made
yes,
in body is carne, carnation, carne in Italian. It's like what we refer to the flesh. So there's not such a dense physical body to integrate into. But
yes.
give her a bit more time to integrate in this experience. You can guide her with questions to see what she
Okay,
remembers, so better explore of the surrounding.
yes,
There
yes.
might be after just one other um, incarnation to revisit, and then we can explore the questions. You are doing
That's
very good, Frances. This is very new for you, so we do very much appreciate your work.
Thank you very much. This is very interesting. So, could you describe the environment there, the surroundings a little bit? What are they
Alasana
like?
Shuni, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Ishini, as they said, it feels so dense. I would so much love to know and see much more of this, but there's this big sense of excitement. It's like this big sense of allowing me to show you humans, to show you home. I cannot Alasana Ishini, the rendering in the visual, Alasana Mashuni is not as precise. Alasana Shuni, there was a video Alasana Mashuni that I saw yesterday, and that may render a little bit of the sense of what is happening here. Alasana Mashuni, so there would not be Alasana Ishini, the physical buildings with the same facets and density as you would know on Earth. There is surely a very advanced level of technology, Alasana Mashuni, of unity with what is the expression Alasana Mashuni. It's not nature precisely, but nature is the better terminology that you can use to render. So there is a blend of what is the environment of this galaxy, Alasana Mashuni, and what is then the technology that has evolved, Alasana Mashuni, to create systems, Alasana Mashuni, to allow things to work. Alasana Mashuni, there is a cognizance also, Alasana Mashuni, of other galaxies, Alasana Mashuni, and there is a sense that they are like somehow interconnected. Alasana Mashuni, however, our primary Alasana Mashuni care and responsibility, Alasana Mashuni, is to Alasana Shuni ensure and retain Alasana Mashuni the peace, the harmony, Alasana Mashuni the legacy and the longevity, Alasana Mashuni, of this place where we are.
Okay, yes. Um, and
It's a very vibrant energy. It's very wise. It's very positive. It's so evolved. It's a very beautiful experience.
okay, and what role does Federica in that life have? You say she has a leadership position. What does she do? What are her responsibilities?
Let me see if I can remember. I am inviting the memories in. My role is to retain harmony. Alasana Mashuni. My role is to retain unity. Alasana Mashuni. My role, Alasana Mashuni, is to take an eye, Alasana Mashuni, on everything. Alasana Mashuni, there are different levels, and there are Alasana Mashuni beings with responsibilities ahead of me. Alasana Mashuni, but I do have Alasana Mashuni in that sense. Alasana Ishini, Alasana Mashuni. a point of connection, alasanama shuni, between alasana shuni. What's the best word to render this? Alasanama shuni. We could say the population, alasanama shuni, alasana shuni. So the best point of connection with awareness of the beings, alasanama shuni, that would mostly populate this galaxy, and the other ones that alasanama shuni are part of this higher council, alasanama shuni, alasanai shini, alasanama shuni. So in this sense, alasanama shuni, I invite to receive more of what is my role here. Alasana shuni alasanai. There is a mixed components of different traits. Alasana mashuni. Some of these traits, alasana mashuni, do not belong, alasana mashuni, to the human experience. But in a sense, the similarities, alasana mashuni, would be the ones, alasana shuni, of being aware, not just as an observer, not just as a watcher, alasana mashuni, but rather alasana mashuni as a conscious leader, alasana mashuni that would be able, alasana mashuni, to see where are alasana mashuni the points of disharmony, alasana mashuni what are the areas, alasana mashuni that needs preventative action, what are the areas, alasana mashuni that may need alasana aishini resolution, alasana mashuni or guidance, what are the parts that needs to be escalated, and in alasana mashuni, alasana aishini, in that sense, alasana mashuni, alasanai, alasana mashuni, alasana aishini, alasana mashuni, in that sense, also being very much connected with what happens, alasana mashuni, within the council, and having alasana mashuni a role, alasana mashuni, within taking decisions, alasana mashuni. These decisions could be alasana mashuni for the whole species, alasana mashuni, and also how we may interact, alasana mashuni, not within alasana mashuni only within our own galaxy and sphere, but also with other species, alasana mashuni. Say for example, alasana mashuni, if we receive a call for help, alasana mashuni, everything happens telepathically with technologies and abilities, alasana mashuni, that you may not alasana fully grasp from the human perspective. But say, for example, if we alasana shuni receive within the council, if we receive a call from another collective, alasana mashuni, I would also have a part, alasana mashuni, together with the rest of the council, each with their different roles, in alasana mashuni, evaluating where and how and to which degree alasana mashuni, if to support that call for help or for action or not. So alasana mashuni, several decisions. This is like one example. There are many others. Alasana shuni, so a connection, a connector part between alasana mashuni, the population, and the highest circle of leadership.
So are you one of the Galactic Council? Are you a member of the Galactic Council?
Yes, alasana mashuni, alasana ishini.
Is that what we call the Galactic Council of Light?
Alasana shuni, that is quite different. Alasana mashuni, there are several alasana, so many infinite level of alasana ishini, alasana mashuni. Galaxies and expression of realities, alasana mashuni. So alasana ishini, the alasana mashuni, the council of light, alasana mashuni, we could say alasana mashuni, it's an allied energies but not quite precise. Alasana mashuni, we do refer alasana mashuni to us as alasana mashuni, alasana shuni, alasana ai, alasana mashuni, more simply the Galactic Council, alasana mashuni, alasana aishini, yet alasana mashuni, in reality, alasana mashuni at the core essence, alasana mashuni, one alasana mashuni of the very highest Galactic Council of Light, alasana mashuni.
Are there other galactic councils as well?
Yes, there are many others. Alasana mashuni, alasana ishini. Imagine alasana mashuni, alasana shuni, alasana ishini. Alasana mashuni. Imagine alasana ma as you, alasana mashuni would have to see alasana mashuni, or to imagine different shades alasana mashuni of light, of color, of energy, you might Alasana Mashuni render each of their Alasana Mashuni planets of galaxy we are talking about. So Alasana Mashuni, don't get too fixated with the picture that may come to your mind when you say the word planet. It may be Alasana Mashuni, again, a realm, a galaxy. Picture it as an energy. That energy Alasana Mashuni may render in a different color. With the different color, Alasana Mashuni, different technology, different intentions, different way Alasana Mashuni of doing things, Alasana Mashuni may come. But yes, there are many. Alasana Shuni Alasanai. And it is
Yeah.
Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Ishini. It is Alasana Mashuni, not as a coincidence. Alasana Mashuni, it is for Alasana Mashuni, right and benevolent reason. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashini. That Alasana Mashuni, we are one. Alasana Mashuni of the consciousness. Alasana Ishini, one of Alasana Mashuni, the other galaxies. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Ishini, contributing to assist Earth at this time.
Oh, very good. Are there other galactic beings from other galaxies also assisting Earth at this time?
Alasana Shuni, Alasana Ishini, Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Shuni, yes, Alasana Mashuni. However, Alasana Mashuni with so much dolcezza, with so much kindness and compassion. Alasana Mashuni, we want to Alasana Mashuni leave her more time just to be focused here, precisely in this Alasana Mashuni galaxy, precisely with her brothers and sisters, precisely with the other ones of the council. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana
Okay.
Mashuni. So give Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni, a moment to absorb Alasana Mashuni informations and just energies to receive upgrades. Alasana Mashuni directly. Alasana Mashuni from this time and space. Alasana Mashuni, where she Alasana Ma visiting now.
Very good.
Just a couple of moments. I'm trying to. It's like being in a big sphere. And
Yes.
trying to absorb more of like what this galaxy, this realm is about. Um, Alasanamash, there is this veiled sense. The sense is veiled, but the knowing it's so strong. The knowing it's so certain. It's so solid in that sense, and it feels like light. It feels like family. It feels like home.
Wow.
um, I wish and I invite Alasana Mashuni progressively for this incarnation to remember and get to visit and see more and more about this Alasana Shuni. It is Alasana Mashuni, very beautiful and surely helpful. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni. Uh, it's it is so different. It is Alasana Mashuni, much more evolved. So say for example, even um in just absorbing the energy, the frequencies around everything, it's so much more evolved. Like
Mm.
the level of consciousness, it's much higher. It's much more evolved. It's so beautiful.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, one just another moment, and then we are ready to progress forward.
Okay.
Just like one more moment of salutation, integration, and like giving a hug to displace the energy, the being, getting to remember also the sense of Alasana Shuni. This is also something, Alasana Mashuni, that is important, that is very puzzling for her. Alasana Mashuni in this lifetime, Alasana Mashuni. So that getting the sense of being seen from the
Mm.
population and being recognized, Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Ishini, and Sister Federica, you've been doing amazing in this incarnation. Alasana Mashuni, you have completely surrendered and let go. Alasana Mashuni of any expectation. Alasana Mashuni to be recognized, even where no one, Alasana Mashuni, has a clue of who you truly embody, of true you really are within the core essence. You have always Alasana Mashuni, and still Alasana Mashuni carried forward is like come uno stemma. It's like a stem, like a symbol. That Alasana Mashuni love and just highest love and highest unconditional compassion and love for the population is for the best and highest in the interest of them. And here on this planet is for this being on human. You are doing the same with humans. Alasana Mashuni. So Alasana Mashuni, get to remember, enjoy it. Alasana Mashuni, this energetic hug that you are seen, that you are held, that you are respected. Alasana Mashuni, that you are honored with a sense of reverence. Alasana Mashuni, with a sense of gratitude for the one that is your role, that is never denied. Alasana Mashuni, everyone know Alasana Mashuni, what you are doing here. Alasana Mashuni, and has so much gratitude for yourself and the rest of the council. Alasana Shuni, Alasana Shini. Just a few more breaths in silence for me to fully absorb this energy.
Yeah, take your time.
You can start, Frances, if you want to count backwards, like 10 to 1, and getting hand ready, Alasana Mashuni, to slowly, progressively move in one last experience to visit.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Just moving you out of that experience. I'll count just maybe from 5 to 1, and then we will move to another experience. 5, yeah, just
She's sorry, it's very Alasana Mashuni, it's quite big. Alasana, give her just a little bit more time. Alasana
okay.
Mashuni.
Yes, I'll count
Alasana.
down from, I'll do a longer countdown. Okay,
Thanks so much.
no problem. Okay. 10, 9, 8, moving away from that life. 7, 6, 5, 4, moving towards another life. 3, 2, 1. Now, leaving that being there to continue on her own path, you can now move either forward or backward to find another appropriate time and place that has information that you need. Moving away, drifting away, looking for the most appropriate time and place to stop and look at and imagine. You are now at another time and place. You have arrived at another time and place. Now, what do you sense or what do you see?
One moment. I had right away, I had the sense. Alasana Mashuni, Egypt. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Shuni is where Alasana Mashuni is where Alasana Mashuni we are is where I am next. Things are coming up. There is a cognizance that is coming up. I'm doing my best to come back, Alasana Mashuni, to the humbleness of the heart and just to Alasana Mashuni discern that this is Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashuni, what this experience is about.
Take your time.
Alasana Shuni. Alasana Mashuni. The light language comes forth and through because it's somehow Alasana Mashuni interconnected. Alasana Mashuni with a more evolved state of being. Alasana Mashuni. To be made clear that this is Alasana Mashuni, a different Alasana Mashuni incarnation. So there is a sense of the Alasana Shuni strong knowing of the pyramids and Egypt.
Yes.
There are Alasana Mashuni cognizance and words that keep coming up. Alasana Mashuni reintegrating with my nervous system. Alasana Shuni. I will Alasana Shuni. I will do my best just to allow them. Alasana Mashuni, and then I will integrate later on. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Shuni. I am Alasana Mashuni. It's the human vessel that needs to allow what is coming forth. Alasana Shuni. Thoth.
Okay. Thought. Yes.
You may refer to Alasana Mashuni, Father of Knowledge. You may refer to Alasana Mashuni, Hermes Trismegistus, Alasana Mashuni. There are so many names, and yet the name is not as important. Alasana Mashuni is the consciousness, is the energy behind Alasana Mashuni. That is what? Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni. It's important. Alasana Mashuni. So regardless of the label, Alasana Mashuni, feel free, Alasana Mashuni, to explore in this incarnation more that comes with that. Alasana Mashuni, the embodiment, Alasana Mashuni, of the role, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shini, Alasana Mashuni, of the cognizance, Alasana Mashuni. If Alasana Mashuni, the Alasana Shuni, that's fine, more integration can come later. Alasana Shuni. She would know Alasana Shuni. It is not the first time she has a glimpse of this. Alasana Shuni. Alasana Shuni. Alasana Mashuni. She has visited Alasana Mashuni during Alasana Mashuni, her first Alasana Mashuni plant ayahuasca ceremony. Alasana Mashuni revisited this incarnation. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni, this is from a different angle. Alasana Mashuni, another opportunity. Alasana Mashuni, to collect and explore the informations, Alasana Mashuni, that are available and appropriate. Alasana Mashuni, for you at this time.
Okay.
Frances,
So,
once again, we want to say, we know this is very different. Alasana Mashuni, and you're doing very good. Alasana, you are very healthy, you are very supported. We are very grateful for what you're doing. Alasana Mashuni. So
thank you so much.
sometimes the Alasana Mashuni, the guidance that is present on the field, Alasana Mashuni would integrate, is guiding both her and is guiding both you, Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni, but it's still her, Alasana Mashuni. As we step Alasana more back, it's left back Alasana Mashuni on her, which is the primary reason and intention of this experience. It's like for her, Alasana Mashuni, to fully embody that character in first position. Alasana Mashuni to better integrate with things. Alasana Mashuni that she was sent to embody and to do in this life.
Okay, so in this Egyptian life, are you male or female?
Male.
Okay, could you tell me more about yourself? What?
Yes, Alasana Shuni. There is not so much. This is so interesting. There is not so much the sense of an age. Alasana, you would perceive a figure. You would perceive what you could call a body. You would perceive a figure. this ibis head keeps coming up. Alasana is like a physical human body. It has a
Mm,
vest, like one of those ones that you would see in Egypt.
mm,
But the sense is like Anasana Mashuni. The body is like a vessel. The body is like if you would ask me what's the feeling, is like of an eternal wisdom. There is no um, really Alasana Mashuni, an age allocated to this. The figure shape may look strong, may look wise, may look mature. When Alasana Shuni, wise, not as old, Alasana Shuni is this physical human body with the vest. Mm. And there's Sana Shunis, like ornaments.
mm,
The ornaments come, Alasana Mashuni, as a sign, Alasana Mashuni, of wisdom, and some Alasana Mashuni is the particular Alasana Shini material within the ornament that does carry Alasana Mashuni particular frequencies, Alasana Shuni that can assist Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni with the carry forward of some functions, Alasana Mashuni and rituals. There is this the breath is different, like the sense of breathing, experiencing the breathing within is very different. It's Alasana. It feels I don't know how to explain it. It feels eternal. It can move, but it's still at this. It just is.
mm.
Alasana Shuni. I'm trying to get it. So what is my what is my function? What is Alasana Mashuni? And this is like a sense for me, Alasana Mashuni, that you, Francis, are also receiving questions. So if you feel to ask questions, there's guidance also behind the questions that you are receiving.
Thank you. Yes. Um, and uh, what is the relationship between you in this Egyptian life and Thoth? Thoth or Hermes?
It says
Sorry?
in this as I'm visiting this life,
Mm.
um, it's just me. It's like Thoth is who you're speaking with.
So you're Thoth in this life.
Yes.
I see. Um, and I'm very interested in Thoth. Yeah, so I'd like to know a little bit more about your background because I read somewhere that Thoth came from Atlantis and brought the knowledge from Atlantis to Egypt. Is that correct?
This is correct, Francis. However, uh, Alasana Mashuni put just on a pause and on hold this type of questions later. Remember that now she is
Okay.
him, she is it in this
Okay.
life. That so as we did before, Alasana Mashuni just guide her as you would do questions to
Okay.
explore the current lifetime that she's visiting
Oh,
and ask
okay.
more about the role and what she is doing, or what are the places or the function that she would carry forward, and she will tell you.
Okay, thank you. So, can you tell me, like, sort of where do you live? Do you live at the pyramids or, yeah, is
There
there,
is a sense I live in a temple. It's a Alasana Shuni. It's a big temple, Alasana Mashuni. It's Alasana Shuni connected with the pyramid. I'm not sure if the connection is physical or surely energetic.
yes,
Alasana Shuni Alasanai. But it is indeed a temple. Not
okay.
just in the structure, not just in the building structure, yet much in the energy resonance, in the energy frequency of it.
Yes. And
There are very important things, Alasana Mashuni, that happen in this place.
so tell me more about that, please. What happens in the temple? What do you do there?
Rituals, Arasana Shuni. Rituals is one.
Yes.
Rituals, Alasana Mashuni, can be a words refers to so much. There is Alasana Mashuni, so much reverence, Alasana Mashuni, so much important knowledge within Alasana Mashuni. It is not said Alasana Mashuni with a sense of ego, not of importance is that sense. Alasana Mashuni rather like with the Alasana Mashuni, this very important Alasana Mashuni, energy of knowledge that is to be Alasana Mashuni and is always protected, Alasana Mashuni, and it continues to expand. Alasana Shuni. There is guidance that is provided. What are the rituals for? Alasana Shuni. Some would be to coordinate the cycles. Alasana Mashuni of the land. Alasana Mashuni. The cycles of our life expresses in this place and time, such as, for example, the movement of the sun, the movement Alasana Mashuni of the moon, Alasana Mashuni, the regulation of the crops. All too, Alasana Mashuni, higher expression, Alasana Mashuni of higher functions, Alasana Mashuni connected to the pyramids, and Alasana Mashuni, how they, Alasana Shuni, Alasana, these are connected with so much more. It is not this Alasana Mashuni, the time, and Alasana Mashuni, the space. It is not this the occasion to reveal more in this sense. Alasana Mashuni, but there is Alasana Shuni, this, it's a very different feeling. There is this big feeling of reconnecting with this sense. Like other people don't need to understand. People of it is something that needs to be protected. It is something that needs to be wisely conveyed. So Alasana Mashuni, that system can work. Alasana Mashuni, that technology can function. Alasana Mashuni technology is not necessarily technology as it could be photon hertz, such as 5G or internet. It's a different types of energy technology that we are also referring here. I'm seeing pyramids. I'm seeing like something from underneath, going through the very top of the pyramid, going up into the ether, into the space. It's energy. So there is something Alasana Shuni quite advanced. It's a beautiful Alasana Mashuni, interconnection of knowledge that then branches out and excuse me, helps to coordinate several Alasana Mashuni systems and functions. There is the area of providing also assistance and counsel, Alasana Mashuni. It's like high priest knowledge.
Yes.
So I'm getting Alasana Shuni, the sense, Alasana Mashuni, that this knowledge is Alasana Shuni, Alasana is placed at service. However, it's a pondered service that can be accessed only with the right intentions. Alasana Shuni, only from Alasana Shuni, a benevolent point. So Alasana Mashuni, if others would come to receive Alasana Shuni guidance, or to Alasana Mashuni receive assistance of any sort, teaching is also big part, Alasana Mashuni, of my role. That would have to be Alasana Mashuni in a way that is pondered, distributed. Alasana Mashuni only there where is appropriate, only there where there is alignment of the pure intention of the heart, benevolent light intention.
Yes, I see. And do you have anyone else who helps you with the rituals or the teachings?
Let me check. I'm receiving yes. There is a beautiful connection. So I do have disciples. I'm not sure how to translate. There are,
Disciples,
thank you.
yes.
There are disciples. There are others that have demonstrated they were worthy of trust.
Yes.
Alasana Shuni, and the Alasana Shuni assisting me within the temple, Alasana Shuni, and now then about Alasana Mashuni with Alasana Shuni functions and roles.
Okay.
Overall is a very Alasana Shuni. It's a very beautiful, collaborative, looking for the best word, Alasana Shuni system. This Alasana Mashuni comes with the cognizance, with the awareness of polarity. So not everything here in this given time, it's so from pure intention. There is both and all in between.
Mm.
Hence why Alasana Mashuni, even more, Alasana Shuni, Alasana Shuni, responsibilities not to be taken as a heavy word, Alasana Mashuni. It is Alasana Shuni. This is a slight integration. It is important in the way it has a very key important role. However, Alasana Mashuni, from the key of this incarnation, it feels natural. It's not a burden to carry. It's just what it is. Alasana
Okay.
Mashuni. It is Alasana Mashuni, the essence of the role. Alasana Mashuni, that the wisdom. Alasana Mashuni, that the knowledge. Alasana Mashuni, that will always continue to evolve. Alasana Mashuni has Alasana Mashuni to be passed. Alasana Mashuni only to those. Alasana Mashuni that are worthy of it. Alasana Mashuni. And Alasana Mashuni, where many others, Alasana Mashuni, would try to deceive or get in. Alasana Mashuni, things Alasana Mashuni would take Alasana Mashuni care of themselves. Alasana Mashuni. So that only Alasana Mashuni, the ones, Alasana Shuni, with the pure wisdom, with the pure light, with the pure heart, Alasana Shuni will be those to which the key of knowledge, Alasana Shuni, are truly given.
How do you communicate with your disciples? Do you like speak or orally like words, or is it telepathic?
It's a combination of both. We do
Okay.
communicate in sound. Alasana Shuni, we do communicate Alasana Mashuni in symbols as well, for example, free writing, but much of the conversation, much of the communication, it's energetic, it's telepathic. The point
Yes.
of connection may vary, Alasana Mashuni, depending on what you need to render. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni. So the signal Alasana Mashuni could be sent, for example, from the center, Alasana Mashuni, of the head, the brain. Alasana Mashuni, it could be more initiated of what you could call in between the eyebrows. Sometimes it could come more from
Mm.
Alasana Mashuni, the lower center, such as, for example, the heart of the solar plexus.
Yeah.
Alasana mashuni, alasana ishini. Slightly different sense. My alasana work more or less. Alasana mashuni for different alasana mashuni people or functions. For example, alasana mashuni on earth, alasana mashuni if you need to send an email, alasana mashuni you may send your email, alasana mashuni alasana shuni your email mailbox on the computer. If you need to convey a sound, you may pick up the phone and make a phone call. So it is a bit like that. Several alasana mashuni energetic telepathic energy ability, alasana mashuni. And as a matter of fact, alasana mashuni, the communication, alasana mashuni that we do exchange here, alasana mashuni, is not just with the people, it's also with the places. It's also alasana mashuni. Alasana shuni, yes, with the pyramids, alasana mashuni, but also with earth. It's also with the land. Alasana
Yes.
mashuni. So with the fact that everything has a alasana shuni alasanai, with everything with the alasana shuni alasanai, with the fact alasanai shuni alasanai shini alasanai. She's a bit dehydrated, so sometimes it may impair the word that comes up. Alasana shini sana alasana shuni. With the fact that everything has a consciousness, it is very
Consciousness.
possible to connect alasana mashuni and communicate back and forth. As a matter of fact, also to activate as alasana, such as, for example, alasana mashuni. If I need to call alasana mashun one, alasana mashuni of my disciple, alasana mashuni. Alasana mashuni. It takes alasana mashuni, what you would call just a second. It's just connecting from within, passing the message. Alasana mashuni. And alasana mashuni, that's the way alasana mashuni, how the person would travel to me. Alasana mashuni. That's the way the person would know alasana mashuni, how to physically make its way to me. Alasana mashuni.
I see. So they could come from a long distance because they could communicate in this way with you telepathically.
Yes, and everyone has this ability here, who more or less, but this is at this given point in time. Alasana mashuni, surely alasana mashuni, an ability that
Yeah.
in many possess. Alasana mashuni, alasana shuni, the emperor as well communicates with me in that way. Alasana mashuni. If it needs alasana mashuni guidance, alasana mashuni, I would receive an inner call in that way. Alasana shuni, and so other people, alasana mashuni, that may require different functions, have this ability. More is that skilled. It's a skill, so more or less trained. Alasana mashuni, this is how they would communicate.
Who is
Alasana
the
shuni.
who is the emperor you mentioned?
Alasana shuni, alasana ma. They have cycled alasanama shuni. The nature of my being is more eternal here. Alasanama shuni, I have stayed here as long as I needed to stay, and through alasanama shuni, la mia permanenza, through my time of stay here, alasanama shuni, I have witnessed several alasanama shuni. It is not a matter of going into alasanama shuni, the names alasanama shuni, alasanama shuni, alasana aishini, alasanama shuni, alasana shuni, sai, alasanama shuni, alasanama shuni, integrating with the vessel to allow this information. Alasanama shuni, I have. Yes, indeed, Alasana Mashuni contributed Alasana Mashuni to the creation of the pyramid. Alasanama, and this took Alasana Mashuni several cycles. Alasana Mashuni. This was not done overnight, as you would say, Alasana Mashuni. But there was Alasana Mashuni in its way, a timing. Alasana, there were cycles. Alasana Mashuni. True, Alasana Mashuni to respect. It's like Alasana Mashuni, how you would give the body alasana mashuni, you would leave the time to the body to integrate. So the cycles at that time, alasana mashuni, guided now from an emperor, alasana mashuni now from alasana mashuni, another or a couple, and so on through different cycle, their level alasana mashuni of consciousness and systems also needed to upgrade alasana mashuni to get alasana ishini to the full level for the pyramids to be completed. And when you think alasana mashuni about the pyramid, alasana mashuni, Do not just alasana mashuni, alasana ishini envisions alasana mashuni, the pyramid triangular shape that you would see now. Alasana ishini, humans are catching up. Alasana ishini, alasana mashuni, so many exciting discoveries are coming up. Dear ones, that took a lot. Alasana mashuni, I'm bringing a bit of humor here. There is a lot of alasana mashuni sacrality, and yes, alasana mashuni. Alasana Mashuni, some of that knowledge. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Shuni is directly Halasanai Shini. Alasana Mashuni, Alasanai has been Alasana Mashuni directly. Alasana Mashuni. Tran Alasana Mashuni carried forward. Alasana Mashuni from Atlantis, Alasana Mashuni. So whether Alasana Mashuni, it needed to readapt to Earth, Alasana Mashuni, it needed to readapt to different Alasana Mashuni, universal law, Alasana Mashuni, the concepts, Alasana Ishini of that higher technologies, Alasana Mashuni, were idolized, Alasana Mashuni, also to build the pyramids. This is why Alasana Mashuni, everything is connected, Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashuni, we want to take Alasana Mashuni, the chance, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Ma to send a message, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shini, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Matthew, Alasana Mashu, Delacroix, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shini, Alasana Mashuni, it is not a coincidence. Alasana Mashuni, if you met her, Alasana Mashuni in Peru, Alasana Mashuni in Cusco, Alasana Mashuni at the end of 2024, Alasana Mashuni, dear brothers, Alasana Mashuni, there are words, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Ishini, Alasana, there are works, Alasana Mashuni, pieces of the puzzles, Alasana Mashuni, that you can continue to put together. It is not just the two of you, there are others. Alasana Mashuni, one of the main brother, Alasana Bashuni, has been called Alasanai Shuni, Alasanai fourth, Alasana Mashuni throughout all of this time, Alasana Shuni, Alasanai. Much more will come if you allow Alasana Mashuni with the invitation of letting go, Alasana Mashuni of the physical vessel, Alasana Mashuni. Be open, Alasana Mashuni, to attune to the heart. Each of you, Alasana Mashuni, will send Alasana Mashuni, Alasanai, to Alasanama, connect, reassemble together. Alasana Mashuni, part of knowledge. Alasana Mashuni. Now, Alasana Mashuni, you all, ever all, Alasana Mashuni, to put Alasana Mashuni, your experiences, your knowledge, your remembering, because it is a remembering, Alasana Mashuni all together and work together, Alasana Mashuni. So a message to Matthew Delacroix, Alasana Mashuni. You can explore Alasana Mashuni, a connection with this lady, and more will come.
Who designed the Great Pyramid?
Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni, Alasana Mashuni, Alasanai. Alasana Mashuni, Alasanai. The word Alasana Mashuni, design, Alasana Mashuni, it is not quite Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Shuni. It is Alasana Ma'ai that I created the Alasana Mashuni, the pyramid, but Alasana Mashuni, keep in mind, this is not to take any credit. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Ishini. Nothing, it's new. Alasana Mashuni is just the ability, Alasana Mashuni, Alasanai, to tap Alasana Mashuni in that level, Alasana Shuni of knowledge, you may say of higher intelligence, Alasana Shuni, and to put Alasana everything together, Alasana working with universal law of that particular time, Alasana and space, Alasana Shuni, then to render things, Alasana Shuni in what you may define as Alasana Shuni, tangible material things. Alasana, something that you could touch and see with your eyes. Alasana Mashuni, if that makes sense. Alasana Mashuni. So it's like Alasana Mashuni, someone that gets Alasana Mashuni, an idea, and then Alasana Mashuni, that unique person, has within the seed the ability, the wisdom, Alasana Mashuni, to convey that idea, to collect the resources, to coordinate, to know, to channel, to flow. Alasana Mashuni, anti-creation, it's done. This is what Alasana Mashuni I have done and I was supposed to do with the pyramids.
How did the sarcophagus get inside of the king's chamber? Was the pyramid built around it?
First thing that I've got was, this is a brilliant, beautiful question. Give me a moment to gather. Can you repeat the question one more time, please, Frances?
How did the sarcophagus get inside of the king's chamber? I wonder, was the pyramid actually built around it?
The sarcophagus was in fact Alasana Mashuni, always Alasana Mashuni already inside, not Alasana Mashuni in the weight that you may think. Alasana Mashuni, the intention, the energetic knowing, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni, it was always Alasana Mashuni designed and intended to be in that way. Alasana Shuni, Alasana Mashuni. Rituals and cycles, Alasana Mashuni, where Alasana Mashuni, Alasanai, quite different. Alasana Mashuni to what? Alasana Mashuni sometimes have been described. Alasana Mashuni on text and etc. And again, Alasana Mashuni is not as important. Alasana Mashuni, the label of the name. Alasana Mashuni, or to who attributing things. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni, the essence just is, the wisdom just is, and it will find your path. Alasana Mashuni, it will find Alasana Mashuni, the path, Alasana Mashuni back. The sarcophagus, Alasana Mashuni, has a very Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Ishini, Alasana Mashuni, as a very special important Alasana Mashuni, yes, it is this the time to say, to reveal the sarcophagus, it's a portal. Alasana Mashuni, it is not just a portal in the sense, Alasana Mashuni, that you could open the Alasana Mashuni, the physical top of the sarcophagus, as you can see, Alasana Mashuni in the books of history, but it was also Alasana Mashuni, a portal, Alasana Mashuni, to other Alasana Mashuni space and times, and with this, so much more it's connected.
Did some students in the mystery school have an initiation by lying down inside of the sarcophagus and
Alasana.
Yeah. Could you tell
Finish
me
the question.
Oh yeah, and did they have to lie there for 3 to 5 days with the lid over them? And did they travel out on their like Merkaba out into the universe and come back?
Initiation, Alasana Mashuni, was surely Alasana Mashuni, an important part, Alasana Mashuni, of many processes. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni, Alasana Shuni, as introduced before, Alasana Mashuni, as it said earlier, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashuni. This is not a work for everyone. A level of purity, a level of skills. Alasana Mashuni, a level of loyalty to the light and the truth. Alasana Mashuni needed to be Alasana Mashuni presented, and also Alasana Shuni, an higher Alasana Mashuni degree of surrendering Alasana Mashuni to the nature of the human physical body, also with the density that it comes. So not just lying down, Alasana Mashuni processes like Alasana Mashuni Alasana Mashuni prolonged fasting, Alasana Mashuni, and intentional, you could call it meditative states, Alasana Mashuni. We are Alasana Mashuni, it's really the blend, Alasana Mashuni, between the human mind, Alasana Mashuni, and those energetic abilities, Alasana Mashuni, the where Alasana Mashuni, these and others, Alasana Mashuni, were the parts of the initiation. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana, yes, there was also Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shini, physical beings, Alasana Mashuni, that would be Alasana Mashuni prepared, Alasana Mashuni physically, Alasana Shuni lying down, Alasana Mashuni, Alasanai. I'm getting some visions as well. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni, inside the sarcophagus, Alasana Mashuni. I'm getting a vision like I with this in this version with the ibis head. Alasana Mashuni was present in the room. It was not just me. There were others. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni, and someone inside Alasana Mashuni, the sarcophagus. This was not Alasana Mashuni a way of punishing. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni, as you said, this was a way of preparation. This was a way of initiation. Nothing Alasana Mashuni was done without Alasana Mashuni, the permission of Alasana Mashuni, the adept of the person, Alasana Mashuni. It was a honor, Alasana Mashuni. Look, it was also Alasana Mashuni, let's not deny this. It was a big test. Not everyone, Alasana Mashuni, was ready. We saw many crumble, and yes, Alasana Mashuni, some even pass. But you see, Alasana Mashuni, in reality, Alasana Mashuni, what truly matters, Alasana Shuni, the essence of the soul, that is immortal, Alasana Mashuni. And so, Alasana Mashuni, there has always been the clear Alasana Mashuni, strong cognizance for this to be the case. Alasana Shuni, those who would Alasana Mashuni show up, Alasana Mashuni to be, you could say, be initiated, Alasana Mashuni, were doing so from a place of intention. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana. Now allow me to explain. Alasana Shuni. That this is where also Alasana Shuni, you never know, Alasana Mashuni, the skills that you have within until you are tested. Alasana Mashuni. With this, Alasana Mashuni, I'm also sending Alasana Mashuni acknowledgement and a message to her, to the lady doing Alasana Ma, the session, Federica, Alasana Mashuni, because many have been the test and the initiation throughout her life. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni. We can elaborate more on this later. In this life, Alasana Mashuni, the initiation of the adepts, Alasana Mashuni was an act from free will, from decisions. Alasana Shuni, the point is there are seeds within your heart. There are seeds within your soul. Alasana Mashuni that you would never have the opportunity to discover until you are tested, until you give yourself the opportunity to be faced to what you fear the most, to what Alasana Mashuni you thought in the mind you could handle, rather your heart could not. Alasana Mashuni, and in those occasions, if there is even Alasana Mashuni, the most Alasana Mashuni, tiniest Alasana Shini Alasana Mai drop, Alasana Mashuni Alasana of corruption, Alasana Mashuni of deception, of being in there for the wrong reason, for the wrong reasons. Alasana Mashuni, rest reassured. Alasana Shuni Alasana, that will come forth. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shini, and Alasana Mashuni. As Alasana Shuni in a way said earlier, things will take care of itself, which means this is also Alasana Mashuni protection mechanism of that higher consciousness intelligence to protect itself and the generations to come. Alasana Mashuni. The permission to remember, it is given, Alasana Mashuni, dear ones, only to the pure of hearts. Alasana Mashuni, it is like an encryption, it is like a very safe Alasana Mashuni system, Alasana Mashuni designed to protect itself. So with the initiation, Alasana Mashuni was also an opportunity, Alasana Mashuni, to test and reveal the true nature, Alasana Mashuni, of the adepts. Only few ones would make it through.
Yes. But I understand that the Great Pyramid had a number of functions. Was it also like an energy device that was part of the crystalline energy grid of the Earth or connected into that?
We do not choose at this time, just for this given point in time, to reveal or connect too much to the crystalline grid of light. If you ask where the pyramid, Alasana Mashuni, of pure intention energetic with an energetic function, yes, Alasana Mashuni, yes. And isn't that so exciting? Oh, Alasana Mashuni, so many at this time many have been knowing for a very long time, others are just catching up. Alasana Mashuni, what is about to come is not short of amazing. Alasana Mashuni, it's Alasana Mashuni. For us, we would say Alasana Mashuni, it's clear like the blue sky. Of course, the pyramids, Alasana Mashuni had such a powerful, energetic Alasana Shuni function. Alasana Mashuni, much more on this will come when it's due time in the years to come.
Yes. Last year, there were special photos that were able to detect what was underneath the Great Pyramid, like these cylindrical kind of objects going a few miles down into the earth underneath the Great Pyramid. Could you say anything about that?
Much more is, Francis, to come with this. I have designed the pyramid in such a way, and again, design may not be asai shini alasana mashuni, the precise word. It's like remembering, tuning into the concept, to the essence, and then rendering, adjusting, working with the permission and the cycles of the land and the resources. Alasana mashuni, the material. Alasana mashuni, the humans in the higher. Alasana mashuni, connection. Alasana mashuni, intelligence. We needed some help. Alasana mashuni, after all. Alasana mashuni, to bring everything to creation. Alasana mashuni, there is much more underneath. It is not just the cylindrical shape. It is much more vastly and widely intertwined. Alasana mashuni, water. Alasana mashuni, water. Alasana mashuni, huge body of water. Alasana mashuni, it's also such a key, important part of it. Alasana mashuni, alasana ishini, alasana mashuni. She had alasana mashuni sessions over 1 year ago, Alasana Mashuni with someone that revisited a time in Egypt. Alasana Mashuni going underneath and seeing Alasana Mashuni, the water, and being very much surprised why the water was there. Even that connection with that client, Alasana Mashuni, was no coincidence. He was meant to connect with her. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Ishini, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana water, Alasana Mashuni has such a key role. Alasana Mashuni in all. Alasana Mashuni desire design of all. Alasana Mashuni desire. Alasana Mashuni, you can call it technology if you wish. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Shuni. Other Alasana Mashuni eras, other civilization have witnessed Alasana Mashuni that come into action. Much of this, Alasana Mashuni, used to happen much more. Also, Alasana Mashuni at the time of Atlantis, Alasana Mashuni, it is not this one the circumstance to receive more into that. Just know that yes, you are Alasana Mashuni allowed, and also Alasana Mashuni welcome, allowed to allow that curiosity, because this is the time where Alasana Mashuni, you humans have chosen to remember, and so much more will come up. Water, Alasana Mashuni had such Alasana Mashuni a key important part. Alasana Mashuni on all of this. Alasana Mashuni will take the chance also to acknowledge the work of Veda Austin on the body of water. Alasana Mashuni, water indeed. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana has so much higher consciousness, and this is all intertwined with what was Alasana Mashuni, the function and the system and the intention for the pyramids.
Yeah, was there energy drawn up from the water up through the pyramid? Some sort of like electromagnetic energy drawn up from that water underneath the pyramid and then
We
sent out?
wouldn't we wouldn't quite define if it's electromagnetic or something different, because it could be a mixture of component. Alasana Mashuni, once again, when it's due time, more it will be revealed. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashuni. But yes, Alasana Mashuni from the ground upward. Alasana Mashuni, the energy would be transmitted. Alasana Mashuni and Alasana. Now, Alasana, this is also where the concept Alasana Mashuni of time, Alasana Mashuni may not be quite as you may expect it. Alasana Mashuni, but no, Alasana Mashuni that always, Alasana Mashuni, what is for? Alasana Mashuni, the highest and best intention and good. Alasana Mashuni is meant to happen. Alasana Shuni, and Alasana Shuni exiting out of the linear concept of time as humans may have it. Alasana Shuni, Alasanai, everything was designed with a specific intention. Everything was designed, beautifully intertwined. Alasana Mashuni for a selected reason. Now, things may take time. Alasana Mashuni, there is no expectation on when things Alasana Mashuni might be carried forward. Alasana Mashuni that is also left to the cycle of the humanity blended with free will. Alasana Mashuni of how things may go. Alasana Mashuni, but let's Alasana just say Alasana Shuni that you may be given opportunity to witness more. Alasana Mashuni that had to do with that higher intelligence. And yes, Francis, you are correct. Alasana Mashuni, the energy. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni. It's two ways. Alasana Mashuni, the ground, the up and the below are connected, Alasana Mashuni for some of the functions. Yes, it would go from underneath upward. Excuse me.
Thank you. Does the Great Pyramid still function as it was originally intended to function, or has it lost some of its functions?
What do you think? They very much are. They are dormant, but they are. Alasana Mashundi, they are doing exactly what I designed them to be. They are doing exactly what they were meant to be.
Very
Alasana
good.
Mashuni. And again, there is no expectation. Alasana Mashuni. There is no attachment of how things could be done, but the system is there, just in case.
The other pyramids besides the Great Pyramid, are they important or maybe not so important?
There are many others. In a way, it's like a satellite system. Alasana Mashuni, they have their way to work together. There are different functions. Alasana Mashuni, whether we, Alasana Mashuni, welcome and Alasana Mashuni, like with a loving pat, Alasana Mashuni, welcome your curiosity. Just know, Alasana, not too much can come forth at this particular time on this. But yes, there is Alasana Mashuni and intertwine. Much has been lost if we now refer to Alasana Mashuni, what humans have witnessed on Earth with through what you may refer to as linear time. Much has been lost, much has been Alasana Mashuni, and it is, and it will continue to be rediscovered. Few parts have been lost, but Alasana Mashuni, everything is beautifully interconnected with higher reasons. There are many others, Alasana Mashuni, not just in Egypt, Alasana Mashuni every Alasana Mashuni specific locations, Alasana Mash, and not just on visible earth. Alasana Mashuni has its structures, Alasana Mashuni, that are there. Imagine like satellites. Alasana Mashuni. Turkey may build a satellite in a way. Italy may use slightly different material. Australia may use slightly different material. They all have the same functions. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Ishuni, and they are meant, Alasana Mashuni, also if needed, to communicate together. Sometimes it is not needed to communicate that far. Sometimes just Turkey has to communicate with Turkey and Australia communicates within Australia, and that is fine. But if it's needed, Alasana Mashuni, the system is there for everything to communicate together. So it is a much wider and in Alasana Mashuni system that Alasana Mashuni most used to imagine, but Alasana Mashuni, your humans are beautifully catching up with things.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm conscious of the time. I just want to ask if is there anything else I should ask you before I take leave of you in this lifetime? Is there
Thank you.
anything
Give
else?
Sana
Thank you.
Shuni, Alasana Mashuni. Give me Alasana Mashuni a moment to explore if there is more Alasana Mashuni for me to collect in this lifetime.
Thank you.
Alasana Mashuni. One moment. I'm receiving some inner guidance in here, and there have been things leading up to this session. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Shuni, one of the biggest resistances. Alasana Mashuni, it's also Alasana Mashuni with the welcoming and embodying and remembering part of this role. Alasana Mashuni to the degree Alasana Mashuni of relevance, Alasana Mashuni to the current life. Alasana Mashuni. So there is that battle, Alasana Mashuni, of wanting to keep things humble and wanting to keep things secret. But there is also a sense and a nudge and a push that if things are coming up also publicly, there is a reason why. And also for me, Alasana Mashuni, not to block that and to allow that, because Alasana Mashuni, that is one Alasana Mashuni of the path that will open opportunities Alasana Mashuni with other people that carried important Alasana Mashuni fragments of light to come together and work together for more to come. So as Alasana Shuni, a few more breath. Alasana Mashuni. If you want, you can count to 10 as you did earlier. Alasana Mashuni. And with
Yes.
this completes the cycle of the visitations of the incarnations.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to count to 10 now, and you're going to gradually then leave that life and integrate
As
Federica.
we hear, one thing that she can voice, it's with the incarnation of thought. It's the sense of loneliness, but it's a different shade of loneliness from the one seen in the previous lifetime. It's a
Mm.
loneliness that comes with a role. It's a loneliness that is never alone. So you may say, yes, there is not a family. Yes, there are Alasana Mashuni, no children. And in other way, everyone is my children. Like everyone, Alasana Mashuni, that shows up with that purity of the heart, of wanting to learn, of wanting to remember. Alasana Mashuni, everyone is a child. Everyone is so beautifully interconnected. So it is Alasana Shuni, as she is experiencing in part in this lifetime, a lonely path to walk. And look, Alasana Shuni, it's also Alasana Shuni fun to see the rendering of that in a female, so loving body in this incarnation. There's Alasana Mashuni struggles and humor that comes with this experience, Alasana Mashuni. But rest reassured so that there are different ways, like the loneliness can have so many different shades. It is an honor. It is an honor to have this role, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana, and there is this sense, this strong sense of eternity, of peace. It's not boring, it's not overwhelming, it's just ease, it's just a knowing, Alasana Mashuni. This was important for her to
Yes.
visit. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to count to 10 now, and we're going to drift away from that life in Egypt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, drifting away from that life, drifting and floating away from that life. So now I'm asking the consciousness of Federica to once again return to the body and integrate back into the body. Okay, so now I would like to connect with Federica's higher self and higher guidance. Do I have permission to speak to Federica's higher self, please?
Very much and very lovingly, Frances. Otherwise, you would have not been here. You would have not given permission, Alasan, to get
Ah,
to this point. We thank you so very much. And so
ah,
your guides.
thank you so much. So you showed Federica 3 different life experiences today. I think you've already answered a little bit about why you showed her, say, the life as the man in that first life.
We can
It was
integrate more on that just to give her validation on that.
okay.
Alasana
Yes.
Mashu, and this is also for many women like her, Alasana Mashuni, that in the physical vessel are approaching, excuse me, are approaching more mature age, more to 40. Yes, you may say 40 is the new 30. Alasana Mashuni with so much compassion. And many wonder within the heart, Alasana Mashuni, shall I? Alasana Mashuni, honor and leave space for this desire of a family? Or shall I, Alasana Mashuni, just submit to the fact of maybe Alasana Mashuni financial burden or other consideration or not finding yet the right partner or whatever it is? Alasana Mashuni, some of you choose to travel. Alasana Mashuni. So in that dance, Alasana Mashuni of Alasana Mashuni, where to place the seed of intention. Am I going forward with the desire of a children or am I not going forward? That Alasana Mashuni can influence what you call in forth. Alasana Mashuni in your life. So what Alasana, this is something that she knows very well. Alasana Mashuni, she has a very constructive practice that may help many others women in her situation. Alasana Mashuni, that if any doubts or projection of limitation in the circumstances or projection in the human future may come up, she takes a breath, surrenders, and go back to the heart. And from the heart, ask her heart and check in with that purity. Alasana Mashuni, if the motherhood is there, if there is the connection already with the soul. Alasana Mashuni of the baby. Alasana Mashuni if the universe supports you. Alasana Mashuni and things were written before your incarnation, then they may come forward. There's a big role and intertwinement of free will. Alasana Mashuni, of course, you cannot force another human, and sometimes things need more or less time. But Alasana Mashuni, this is very important of keeping alive that light, the desire, the light, the love, the essence, the knowing, the remembering within the heart. If it's there, this is not just for her, for anyone else. Alasana Mashuni, who may be relating and listening. Alasana Mashuni, you have the seed of intention of that pure Alasana Mashuni, seed in your heart. It's there for a reason. Alasana Mashuni, John Alasana Mashuni closed doors to it. So what was important for Federica to acknowledge from that incarnation, Alasana Mashuni, was to see Alasana and actually experience in an incarnation where that did not was actualized in an incarnation when was pretty much her age, because yes, the 40 are the new 30. Alasana Mashuni in that life when she was 30 and had as a man descends, and that family never actuated. How was then that feeling so much more amplified? Alasana Mashuni close to the end of light, with that sense of sorrow, with that sense of lost opportunity, with that sense of lost joy. It's just a learning, it's an opportunity. There's no label, there's no judgment, but just an acknowledgement. And so she can use that, Alasana Mashuni, to reinforce even more the current practice that if the heart says yes, if there is the love, if there's the expansion and the excitement and the sacrifice, and Alasana Mashuni, the higher service of wanting to be a mother, Alasana Mashuni, that she has our blessing to continue. To continue to feed that inner heart. Alasana Mashuni. We surely brought her, Federica, we gave you a tour, Alasana Mashuni, to other lifetimes that are the ones of the most highest importance that you needed, Alasana Mashuni, to remember now. You see, Frances, we have been preparing her for a long time. Alasana Mashuni, not so bluntly, but let's say that in the last 2 to 3 years, she has been called more and more. And yes, it is true, like Alasana Mashuni, nella storia di Pollicino, Alasana Mashuni, there is a storytelling, Alasana Mashuni, of Alasana Mashuni, the child that needs to follow, help me out with the translation, Francis, if you know, that needs to follow the breadcrumbs.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, yeah.
What's the name of that story in English? Alasana
Oh,
Mashuni.
yeah. Is it Hansel and Gretel?
Um, in a way, or like Alasana Mashuni in Italian is called Pollicino. Alasana Mashuni that is left with breadcrumbs to follow the path. So in that way, we would Alasana, and this is happening with so many other Alasana Mashuni, starseed, Alasana being of light, however you want to call or remember yourself. This is what Alasana Mashuni, many of the guides are doing with you. Alasana, not everyone is the same. Some others would go on like a light switch and fully, completely remember. Other, never forgotten. You incarnated and you always knew. Alasana Mashuni, your psychic abilities were always open. For others, the remembering needed to be more progressive. It needed to come out of free will. For hers, for Federica specifically, Hi, Alasana Mashuni, the roles, the functions, and the responsibility, Alasana Mashuni, that she has been carrying forward. And within Alasana Mashuni, behind the scenes, Alasana Mashuni. So, Alasana Mashuni, in the spite, Alasana of so much that has happened, Alasana that we do not necessarily need to go into, she would know, Alasana Mashuni, but with so much that happened, Alasana Mashuni, it was Alasana Mashuni, this a more official time and layer of validation to confirm. Alasanama Shuni, two of the most important, there are others, but two of the most important incarnation experiences that she also visited. And let's remember, yes, everything happens at the same time. Alasanama Shuni, that Alasanama Shuni are meant and designed to support her in the current life.
Yes. So why did you show her the life as the galactic being?
Thank you, Frances, for this question. Alasanama Shuni. Alasanama Shuni. There is so much disbelief. If you Alasanama Shuni, and we have compassion for this. She did not grow up in a family where these things were welcome. She did not grow up Alasanama Shuni. Alasan, where she was welcome to remember. The opposite is true. Alasana Mashuni. And she has for too long allowed her circumstances, her environment to label her, to keep her small, to keep her hidden. Alasana Mashuni. And look, we do take, Alasana Mashuni and the Higher Council take the responsibility that was part of design. There was a reason why Alasana Mashuni, certain things needed to be protected. And yes, Alasana Mashuni, it has been said in previous transmission, Alasana kept in incognito. Now, few big things, Alasana Shuni, have happened. Few big things have been carrying forward. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Ishini. Yes, we are happy. Alasana Mashuni to say more about this. Alasana Shuni. In the previous human month, Alasana Mashuni, what she carried forth was no small Alasana Mashuni. That opening the portal inside the pyramid, Alasana Mashuni, yes, was designed by soul contract Alasana Mashuni to happen physically. Alasana Mashuni, within the pyramid, it didn't go forth such as quiet, but also, this is for all of you, know that your guides, the universe, would catch you, would have your back. If you are here, Alasana Mashuni, to carry on something, Alasana Mashuni, important. If you are here for and within Alasana Mashuni, with the light and from the light, do not worry. Alasana Mashuni, children of the light, Alasana Mashuni, we are with you and you are supported. And even if resistances, blockages, whatever you want to call them, Alasana Mashuni may try, Alasana Mashuni, to close the door, Alasana Mashuni, the universe will open a window. Alasana Mashuni. So it is more time. It is more safe for her, Alasana Mashuni, now to be Alasana Mashuni. Alasana progressively, Alasana Mashuni, for her to normalize and to embrace. Alasana Mashuni. What happens is if she does not embrace and remember fully, if she continues to deny Alasana Mashuni, the role that she carry, many things Allah would not move forward. Alasana Mashuni, if you have someone that is an engineer and is designed, say for example, to build a very important high road to connect two different cities or lands, and the engineer spends years self-guessing itself, maybe this is too important, why me, this is not possible, it cannot be me, but it must be someone else, I'm too small. The Alasanama, that unique particular bridge, exactly as that engineer was meant to carry that forward, is not going to go forward. And so imagine Alasana Mashuni, how many other lives and Alasana Mashuni systems that can be created, cars moving back and forth, life changed and enriched because that engineer decided to remember and to show up to Alasana Mashuni, bring to fruition that seed that he had within. So it is very important. We have been trying in so many ways, Alasana Mashuni, to have her, Alasana Mashuni, not to deny Alasana Mashuni, and to embrace all of this. Alasana Mashuni, this will continue to happen with so many of you. Alasanama, this indeed, yes, the time. Alasanama, the decade. Alasana, now it may take you years, it may take you many, many decades, it may take you 1 or 2 decades. Alasana, there's no expectation on that. It will take you what it will take you. Alasana, but it is the time to stop Alasana Mashuni self-guessing themselves. This, Francis, this is also for you. Alasana, with your all beautiful skills in light, stop self-guessing yourself and embrace it. Whatever the skills, whatever the seeds, Alasana Mashuni, from and with pure light that you carry within, this is the time. Alasana Mashuni, you may have been guided more gently for the past few years. Alasana Mashuni, it is time. She was making this funny analogy the other day of the last call that you would hear at the airport when the passenger, the captain of the plane, carries like the last people that are yet to board. This is your final call. This is your final call. So
Yeah.
like starseed, activate now. If you are here with different function, this is the time to embrace it. Alasana Mashuni. And if you embrace it fully, the benefits are not just going to be for her, but much more to come. Alasana, but she needs to give herself the opportunity. She needs to give herself the opportunity to stop playing small, Federica. Stop hiding yourself. If you feel the greatness within you, there is a reason. And we know, sure, you cannot be inside other people and have, therefore, yes, with your analytical mind, you cannot have a term of comparison with that. Alasana Mashuni is like you feel the greatness, but you may feel, yeah, this may be normal for other people. Guess what? It is not. Everyone has their beautiful gifts. What do you feel within? The seed, the echo that you're calling, that activation that you feel within is there for a reason. Se la honori ci fai un favore. If you decide finally to step into your role, much more will come. Alasana Mashuni, it needs to come with you. We are holding your hand, but we need you to step forward into this. So we wanted to bring her home for a moment in that incarnation. Alasana Mashuni also to understand, to live from the frequency, the vibrancy of the leadership that he always had also in this lifetime, but seen and knowledge in a very different way, and also the experience of the higher level of consciousness, alasana mashuni, that it's in that alasana mashuni.
Will she have integrated some of what she experienced in that session to help her going forward? I mean, some of what she experienced by revisiting that life as the galactic being, where there some integration or some download that will help her step more
Thank
fully into who she really is.
Thank you. This was just the beginning. Alasana Mashuni, more like is a continuation. Yes, it's the beginning of a new chapter, so more will come with that. Alasana Mashuni, what we need her to know. Alasana Mashuni, and more to fully assess. Also, Alasana Mashuni, it's layers, it's collective layers. So Alasana Mashuni, Alasana can use and gesture to integrate. It's not like the lives being in separate spheres. It's like collective layers, and they may overlap and intertwine. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni. There is also Alasana Mashuni. We want to say a very important reason. Alasana Mashuni for that very visitation. Alasana Mashuni of the life in Egypt. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni. If Alasana Mashuni, this is something alasana mashuni too big for you. Alasana mashuni. Alasana, it's fine. You know, alasana, you live. You are attuned with your heart. Alasana mashu, your truth will continue to call you. Alasana mashuni, but alasana, this was important, and you know why. Alasana mashuni. She has recently. Alasana mashuni. This is the only part that we can disclose to the public. She has recently started to receive instructions. Much more will come when it's safe to do so, and it will when it will alasana mashuni be due time. Alasana shuni alasanai. Alasana Mashuni with the brothers and sisters that we mentioned that are meant to collaborate together. There is Alasana Mashuni, one that we have not mentioned that has been mentioned all along. Alasana Mashuni on Alasana Mashuni other transmissions that she published. We will leave and respect Alasana Mashuni, the free will on when they are ready. Alasana Mashuni to connect. Much more is meant to come. There is a reason why Alasana Mashuni, someone. Alasana Mashuni, each of them achieved something important. Alasana Mashuni in remembering, dusting off huge pieces. Alasana Mashuni of what was important for the collective at this time. Alasana Mashuni. So Alasana Mashuni, this is also where Alasana Mashuni, what Alasana Shuni needed to see and will continue to need to integrate is when she receives instruction, Alasana Mashuni, it's for a reason. There is a beautiful layer of protection. Alasana Mashuni. True, Alasanama, that's okay. This can stay privately with her, but she received the message.
Very good, thank you. Now, I hope you don't mind me asking this, but you see, I know that sometimes in QHHT sessions, people can be shown what Dolores Cannon called an imprint of a life, which may or may not have been a life that they actually experienced. So I want to know if this life as thought was actually Federica's life, or could it have been an imprint of Thought's life, if you know what I mean.
Not only we know what you mean, but she also knows what you mean, and she has been questioning that from the very first season, the very first moment she dropped in Egypt with that voice. The response to this can stay within her heart. Now she knows what she needs to know. And the other true ones that were meant to remember will also know and through life remember the truth. It is not important for the public to know the rest.
That's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you. At least Federica has a list of questions. Is it okay if I start to ask those now, please?
Yes, and we're also conscious of her and your time, Francis, so you can go like, and
No,
we will give you the best, more compressed version of the answer that we can. Thank
thank you
you.
so much. But I want you to know
We
I'm
have
not,
already
I'm,
started to know on her, we have already started to work on her body, but go through the list of questions and we
yeah,
will give the
thank
answers.
you. I'm okay for time, but I think you'll know
We
anyway how
appreciate you,
to judge
Francis.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, Uh, well, actually, I don't know if this is important. Actually, I meant to ask this. Her incarnation as the galactic being, is it important to know what galaxy that was? Or maybe I just thought I was
She
curious.
she will get to remember what she mentioned and what was mentioned as she was there. It's what is enough. Alasana Mashuni. She is one.
Okay.
Alasana Mashuni of the highest member within Alasana Mashuni of the Galactic Council. This will have more intertwinement with the current life, hence why it's important.
Oh, thank you. So she wants to know more on her mission and who she is, where she's from, but particularly about her mission for this life. Yeah.
The visitations and the integration that we gave throughout, and just a few moments ago, Alasana Mashuni can be enough for now to answer much of what she wanted to know. She can continue to sit in automating writing with us, and we will give her more. Alasana Mashuni, Federica, Alasana Mashuni. We want Alasana Mashuni to send you Alasana so much love. Yes, there are reasons, Alasana Mashuni, why your Alasana Mashuni heart vessel, Alasana Mashuni, offense, Alasana, may be not Alasana Mashuni. It is not as smooth for you to receive when we say that we send you love. No, that is always there. Alasana Mashuni, a part of you, Alasana Mashuni, can 100% always feel that. Alasana Shuni, Alasanai. So we want to Alasana Mashuni not so much apologize with you. This is translation. Alasana Mashuni yet acknowledge that we do take ownership of how we decide to conduct things with you, of all the times that you have been intentionally left Alasana Mashuni in small spaces, that you have been intentionally left unseen, that you have been intentionally receiving so many closed doors on your face. Alasana Mashuni, now feel safe. It is this the time to receive. It is this so also the time for other people to see you. You already know Alasana Mashuni that only Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashuni, certain ones, Alasana Mashuni will be able, Alasana Mashuni, to connect this information in the authentic, pure, Alasana Mashuni way, Alasana, where it's Alasana Mashuni supposed to be, Alasana Mashuni, and no matters the others, Alasana Mashuni. So, Alasana Mashuni, continue to follow the instructions that you are given to what Alasana Mashuni that needs Alasana Mashuni to be kept with more Alasana Mashuni reverence and silence, Alasana Mashuni, but also feel more ready to come forth and forward. Alasana Mashuni, protection, Alasana Mashuni, and support around you. Alasana Mashuni will continue to increase. Alasana Mashuni, to facilitate things to move forward.
Can you
Thank you.
give her any more specific information about her role and her mission here? Can you give her any more right now information?
More will come on this. She has an important role. This to say, this session, and once again, we honor and thank you so much, Frances. This session and what she visited was key, was very important for her to understand and not to dilute alasana mashuni Alasana Shuni, the importance of certain tasks. It's irrelevant whether other people believe it or not. It's absolutely irrelevant. She knows Alasana Mashuni within her heart and within herself. Alasana Mashuni. And Alasana, this is as much as we can say now. More will come for her. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. She would like to know how she can integrate and balance her higher role with her lightworker mission.
Thank you. We will be giving her more
Hmm.
on this in a separate way.
Okay, thank you. What resistances keep presenting on her path? She feels there are internal and maybe external blockages. She
Oh,
want, yeah.
we are rubbing our hands here because the list would be very much long, and we're saying this with a smile and a bit of humor, which is one of our traits in this incarnation. Alasana Mashuni. Federica, with so much love, Alasana Mashuni. Let us reinforce. Stop playing small. Alasana Mashuni. If you knew, if you truly understood Alasana Mashuni, what you're here to do, and yes, your twin as well, Alasana Mashuni, that is even more stubborn than you, Alasana Mashuni, you would, Alasana Mashuni, in no way, Alasana Mashuni, keep remaining where you are. You would have Alasana Mashuni already evolved so many steps forward. So, we respect the free will, but we also hear you. When you cry, when Alasana Mashuni, you attune to your heart, and when you ask for help, we hear you, and so we are here. Alasana Mashuni, giving you a hand. See your own blockages, believe in yourself, Alasana Mashuni, give yourself the chance to believe to the truth that is coming and speaking not through your heart, but also the truth. You have recently also received an instruction, Alasana Mashuni from Merlin. Alasana Mashuni, you are Alasana Mashuni, per favore, please to follow that instruction. Alasana Mashuni, and alas, just be open to what will come. But you are, alas, when Merlin calls, alasana, as you said, you don't mock up with it. Alasana, you just go in and follow. Alasana, shuni, and more will come.
Yes, because she felt that she wanted to connect with her soul family, but there always seemed to be some things postponing or blocking. So, why are there these blockages or resistances to that? Her soul family and her twin flame?
There are, and we leave like a well, the mentioning of the twin, alasana shuni. What we said earlier, it's as far as we're gonna go in this session. It's not relevant here. He is on his own path with his own things to figure out. Alasana shuni. With our brothers and sisters, we have Alasana Mashuni, mentioned some of them earlier. Alasana Mashuni, we can do it once again now. Alasana Mashuni, once Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni, when Alasana Mashuni first, Alasana, when we say brother and sister, Alasana Mashuni, don't make it alasana too much of the label. Alasana Mashuni, remain alasana with the light connection of being, if you want, from the same team, Allah from similar origin, and here for very similar reason. And they, yes, had soul agreements together. Alasana Mashuni. So one is Machi Delacroix, Alasana Mashuni, one Alasana Mashuni. Give me a moment to
It,
see if it's the appropriate to say the name. Robert Edward Grant. We are saying this one more time, and with like the highest expression of respect that we could have, of honor, of how much Alasana Mashuni, your brother, has come, and Alasana Mashuni created, gathered together, and done for this collective. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni, we are not here to pass other message for you. We will respond to your question, to him. We will respond to your question, Francis, which is Alasana Mashuni. As Alasana Mashuni described earlier, you see, other lifetimes, other expression or incarnation are not as so separated. They can intertwine. And so, as it is always Alasana Mashuni, depending on what are the rules of if you're on Earth, on other spaces, there could be different laws. Alasana Mashuni. On all the lives on Earth, Alasana Mashuni polarities are Alasana Mashuni what one of, we can say, the rule of the games. Alasana Mashuni. So blockages, resistances, English translation, torti subiti, incomprensioni, things that were not understood. Alasana Mashuni, things that did not play as intended, so to say, may have created a bit of resistances and energetic blockages over time. It's all energy. It's all energy. It's very movable. Alasana Mashuni, she works with energy so well in this life. She's remembering, you will remember more and more. Alasana Mashuni. So also for others, Alasana Mashuni of her, excuse me, energetic soul family, Alasana Mashuni, they're also dealing with these things. Sometimes these resistances, we can say, can Alasana Mashuni clear layer that may Alasana Mashuni impair or just postpone the recognition of one another. Alasana Mashuni, it could be Alasana Mashuni denial, it could be Alasana Mashuni it's like Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni, Alasana Ma, come un piccolo sassolino nella scarpa, like a small, tiny stone in the shoe that is giving you discomfort that you do not quite understand, that neither belong to this life. When you clear that out and you go back to the purity and the intention of the heart, Alasana Mashuni, you surely, Alasana Mashuni can only, Alasana Mashuni, recognize and see and remember the truth and recognize which is your tribe, which ones are the one on your family. So, Alasana Mashuni. Again, there is the compassion, Alasana Mashuni, towards the humans and the many layers, the density that they follow from this incarnation and the other. As we said, there is no rush nor urgency, but there is the awareness, and each of you can work Alasana Mashuni on those inner resistances. If you are working within your own ones, Alasana Mashuni, there are practices, Alasana Mashuni, that you can use. For example, you could call and invite Alasana Mashuni. You could call Alasana Mashuni Divine Light. You could call in your Spirit Light team. Show me Alasana Mashuni, the Alasana Mashuni resistances that I am ready to clear. Alasana Mashuni, help me, align me with the solution where the path has already been cleared. Alasana Mashuni for myself and others. And more will come. Energy can go a long way. Intention can go a long way. The
Yeah,
power of the heart can go a long way. So Alasana Mashuni, more will come with this.
very good. Thank you. What are Federica's unique skills and gifts? She just wants some clarity on how she can help others align and align her with her
This is
soul
an
business.
exciting path of remembering for her. There are many skills that are going to be the core skills in which she's going to be able to help other people that are not came alive yet. They're still dormant, but they will come. At the current moment, she surely can help Alasana Mashuni others for Alasana Mashuni activation. Alasana Mashuni, the healing session, the hypnosis quantum healing similar sessions, Alasana Mashuni, that she can facilitate. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Aishini, include Alasana Mashuni and intertwine with other Alasana Mashuni activations. Alasana Mashuni, yes, some people call her a spiritual activator, as in allowing the soul to remember what it came here to do. Alasana Mashuni, there are many others. So Federica, Alasana Mashuni, we invite you, Alasana Mashuni, to allow much more space and the people that are meant to recognize Alasana Mashuni and call with you, Alasana Mashuni will come Alasana Mashuni, but this can only Alasana Mashuni come Alasana Mashuni if you truly Alasana Mashuni open the doors to them. Alasana Mashuni, many other skills Alasana Mashuni have to do. Alasana Mashuni with the tools that she has collected Alasana Mashuni and put together in this life. Alasana Mashuni, it is not a coincidence that she started her skills as a foundation in this incarnation, strengthening the knowing, Alasana Mashuni, of the anatomy, of the exercise, of the physical vessel. Alasana Mashuni, she has in this way a much better understanding of distinguishing what is the density of the physical body, and then integrating with all the soul and energy experience in navigating the vessel from that backward reverse engineer experience. Alasana Mashuni, that other, for example, a starseed that always lived in energy, Alasana Mashuni may lack. So the physical Alasana Mashuni, the taking care of the physical vessel, understanding how the exercise Alasana Mashuni work, that is one part. The neuro-linguistic programming, the knowing of the mind, of the subconscious, alasana mashuni, alasana mashuni, stand guard, alasana mashuni, at the own, alasana mashuni, inner gate of how you speak to yourself, how alasana mashuni, you speak to others. Frances, you have experienced yourself. She does this in such a colloquial way that you would not notice, but she would also always catch you. If you say something to yourself that is closing door to your own programming, she would say something gentle to give you the chance to bring yourself back on track. So this is a
Yeah.
strong ability that she has, and she has not leveraged a tiny percentage of it. Alasana Mashuni, Federica, we would love Alasana Mashuni to see you, Alasana Mashuni, embracing the skills that you have, even more officially and professionally. We want to remind Alasana Mashuni, once again, the time of invisibilities are over. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashuni. Get Alasana Mashuni, get out progressively more and more, Alasana Mashuni, and give yourself more permission. Again, psychic abilities will continue to grow and you can integrate more together. Alasana Mashuni, the sessions, the individual or group sessions as a soul progression, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashuni can surely, Alasana Mashuni, start to take place and they will develop as she develops.
Because she has such very good channeling and psychic ability, uh, would it be a good idea for her to do like one-to-one sessions with people that might involve like readings for them or coaching sessions for them, like psychic reading or
You
channeling
see,
or
Francis,
coaching?
this is something that she can already, Alasana Mashuni, beautifully doing. Alasana Mashuni is just a matter of launching. It's already there. It's already ready. However,
Yeah,
Alasana Mashuni, we
yeah.
want her to balance this with other higher responsibilities that she has. And this is one of the key questions that she had for you today. Alasana,
Mm.
this is something that other people would not understand because not everyone relates in carrying Alasana Mashuni the keys to another role. Alasana Mashuni. Some of you, you are Alasana, absolutely a super important role here. Alasana Mashuni in standing in your light, in fully embracing your light. And as you shine, some of you are here more for healing of others. Some of you are here for teaching. Some of you are to, Alasana Mashuni, bring forth the shamanism knowledge to connect people with the intelligence of the land, of the energy, of nature. Alasana Mashuni. Some of you work more with the grids of the land. All of these are crucial. We could never achieve what we are and what is meant to be within each of you. Alasana Mashuni. So each of you do not feel any bigger nor smaller. Alasana Mashuni, each of you. It's an essential expression. Alasana Mashuni of Alasana Mashuni, the collective co-creation. However, there is Alasana Mashuni, a lesser percentage, Alasana Mashuni Alasanai, percentage, Alasana Mashuni, of souls sent with a duality of roles. And it can be many. It can not necessarily refer to two or three. It might be many, also expressing in chapters of light. She just completed one very, very important, even if it was carrying forth from Alasana Mashuni the intimacy of her own room where she lives. Alasana Mashuni, with these people, it's harder to integrate Alasana Mashuni. And if any other brother or sister in the sense are listening, we want Alasana Mashuni to offer you a very smart, with a bit of humor, but very smart, wise analogy, a way of framing it that she used to survive through all of the tests and the initiating path that she has been enduring so far. And Federica, sorry to say, but it will continue. Alasana Mashuni. So if you are faced, like she often uses, if you are faced with something that Alasana Mashuni would rightfully so called overwhelming, Alasana Mashuni, to the degree that some, and this is the truth, Alasana Mashuni, some did question life or also wanted to pose and exit the incarnation. So tough are some of the things they are presented with. This is the analogy that she uses, and we will leave it to your free will if you decide to also, Alasana Mashuni, explore it for yourself. She uses the analogy of the Navy SEAL training or of the Shaolin monk. And Alasana, when, for example, her mother would say, but if your guides love you, they would never expose you to something so brutal, leave you on your own in such way, or face with so Alasana Mashuni, Alasana, the core of the darker entities, Alasana Mashuni, and in her heart she will know the truth. Excuse me. She knows by now she's always supported, and so shall you. Never deny the light, dear ones. Alasana Mashuni. So what she says to explain to her mother is, Alasana, she renders the analogy of the Shaolin monk. If one would observe from the outside, you could say and you could see, who is this teacher? Who is this trainer that is asking you to train these poor children in the cold, in the snow, with things that are beyond their capabilities? But yet, dear ones, lose sight not. Alasana Mashuni, understand the level of resilience, the level of skills, Alasana Mashuni that they are developing. And Alasana Mashuni, it can also make very much sense to you. Alasana Mashuni, not to call it forth, Alasana Mashuni, but in the scenario where you would need someone with those skills, you would be very, very much thankful. Alasana Mashuni, that some beings were trained, Alasana Mashuni, to carry those frequency and to endure with such resilience. Alasana Mashuni. So, Alasana Mashuni to all the others, Alasana Mashuni, children of light, on a similar path, and you are struggling, there where no one can see you, there where no one, Alasana Mashuni, can hear you or understand you. No, there are no many, but you are not alone. You are facing this for a reason. You can put some humor, you can rephrase it in a way that it's your Shaolin monk training. Maybe you're doing it in a completely different environment or circumstance, but embrace your training. And like in the law of rhythm, it will flow and it will alternate with moments where you cannot deny that you're held in light, where you cannot deny that God or source or however you want to call that pure light is with you. Alasana Mashuni. So breathe, embrace it, Alasana Mashuni, and do better with it. Because if you do step, if you face your fears, and this is one of our strongest traits, to face the fears forthright, not Alasana Mashuni in a provocative way, yet with a welcoming way of calling in the light, in calling in the truth, and the truth only. The reward is immense. Face your fear, Alasana Mashuni, learn, expand, Alasana Mashuni, your soul from it, and much more will come from you. Alasana Mashuni.
Thank you. Her next question is, are there areas she has not explored yet, which perhaps she should or you could assist her with?
There are many others. Alasana Mashuni, this was a very smart question. Alasana Mashuni, we will not delve further into this, but we will give her like more in other sessions or occasions.
Okay.
There are more. And each
Oh,
of you, you can call to your own spirit team and you can ask, help me to explore other areas of my soul or psychic developments that I have not delved into. Guide me more, show me more that you can do for me, Alasana Mashuni, and they will.
oh, wonderful. I'll do that. Thank you. Now, on fertility and motherhood, can you integrate for her on the recent episode of the basket cradle? And she would like to find out what she needs to know and understand about that parallel life with the
Yes, this
crib.
shifts the frequency of the conversation, Alasana Mashuni, in a completely Alasana Mashuni different Alasana Mashuni way. What we can Alasana Mashuni say to you, Federica, is that you are Alasana Mashuni receiving what make more sense for you, Alasana Mashuni, and this is valid for everyone. Alasana Mashuni, you would receive the universe Alasana Mashuni spirit, other version of you, Alasana Mashuni, messages that you are meant to receive may come in a way, and what is most important is that it makes sense to you. It is not important if other people cannot see it or it does not make sense to them. It is a message that is uniquely, specially, in a special way for you. And you finally received that message. Now, what we want to say is yes, Alasana Mashuni, especially when you clear contract, especially when you reconciliate across lifetimes for yourself and or your lineage. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana, if you feel the sense, Alasana Mashuni of more protection in that sense of keeping it more secret, there might be a sense. We will not say just Alasana Mashuni in this transmission more Alasana Mashuni, but you Alasana Mashuni have now a greater sense that there are reasons. So own it. You have the sense, you know the knowing. Yes, what you saw, Alasana, was intended to be real, has a message that needed to be seen by you. It needed to be seen in a way that could make sense for you. You have gone ahead and did what Alasana Mashuni you could best do. Alasana Mashuni in removing Alasana Mashuni, that resistance, we could say. Alasana Mashuni, we can give you more guidance in another moment. Thank you.
Because she felt that there was something she was missing in the clearing that she did. Are you going to maybe give her some more information or?
Yeah, I think if we would with the Francis, sometimes there are reasons why we speak in a way that is more cryptic, Alasana Mashuni, but she has a better sense now, and if she wants, she can ask when she channels in automatic writing, and we will Alasana Mashuni open more, but she got the sense now.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. How can she master full protection of her whole being, including her astral body during rest time? During rest time.
Allow some humor. Non possiamo toglierti il divertimento, Federica. Alasana Mashuni, Alasanai. They're like saying Alasana Mashuni. That's like we don't want to take the enjoyment out of you. Alasana Mashuni. It's very harsh often what I face. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Shuni, it is Alasana Mashuni for her to remember. Alasana Shuni, it is for her to remember her ability. She's capable of much, much more in terms of protection. Alasana Mashuni, surely something that can be of help. Alasana Mashuni is sustaining for longer and reinforcing the intentions for longer. Yes, we do take ownership. Sometimes we would open those doors. Alasana Mashuni, that's part of her initiation. She needs to face, she needs to be left with certain things. Alasana Mashuni, we do not want to, Alasana Mashuni, disturb, Alasana Mashuni, or turbare. We do not want, disappoint is not the right word. Alasana Mashuni, we do not want to so many, the majority of people haven't got this experience. It's not in their experience. If they face something, if something is in the field, they would have already their angels, guardian angels, their guide to protect for themselves. This is not what she experiences for reasons at times that we described earlier in the analogy of the Shaolin monk. So, Federica, continue to remember, intentionally practice sustaining longer intention. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Ishuni. She likes to rely more on the intention rather than objects, say, for example, which do very much approve of. So to continue to strengthen the intention and to you can ask to remember more and more techniques. Sometimes it may come through a book. Sometimes it may come through Alasana Mashuni, a comment that you read on the internet that for some reason it calls you more. That could lead you to discover another technique that you can leverage. Alasana Mashuni, reinforce the intention if visions, Alasana Mashuni is dormant for reasons, Alasana Mashuni, at this time in this incarnation, spend more time with the knowing, with the feeling, Alasana Mashuni, of projecting an image, Alasana Mashuni, and reinforcing it, feed it with energy. Alasana Shuni, you can, Alasana Shuni, explore more and more protective practices with. We cannot fully stop what has to move forward in your initiatic path, Alasana Mashuni, but we can surely show you more support as you requested.
Yes. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you. Now, if I may ask for a body scan, and I request Federica's Divine Light Highest Healing Team to come forward to assist with her request for healing, if that is okay, if I may do that. Thank you.
Wow, the energy changed a lot.
Mhm.
Like it's harder to speak because I feel
Oh, good.
it's like this layer of energy just landed. It's covering the whole body. I'm Alasana Mashuni. No, they have been Alasana Mashu working on the spine and the knee before. Let me see what comes for. Let me step aside.
Thank you.
We are assisting with some recalibration, Alasana. And you see, Alasana Mashuni, she never called that way. Alasana Mashuni, so that insight in asking you the question in writing, Alasana Mashuni is also an example of when you ask for help, that help can come as an insight and then you can take action over it. So from now on, Federica, you can go on and call your divine healing light team, Alasana Mashuni, to assist you when appropriate. Alasana Mashuni for the body. Alasana Shunya Alasanai. Her Alasana Mash, there are several parts that we may say Alasana Mashuni may need more upgrade. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Shuni. With the knees, Alasana Mashuni. Much is the moving forward, but not only. Alasana Mashuni. Much is an echo also of things happening in other lifetimes. Can it be fully Alasana Mashuni reverted? Look, we will try to help. Alasana Mashuni, we cannot promise. Much of the way, Alasana Mashuni, she had continued to push forward. Alasana Mashuni, in some physical way, Alasana Mashuni in this life has contributed. Alasana Mashuni, but there is Alasana Mashuni. There is surely Alasana Mashuni help and support that we can provide. We continue. Alasana, we suggest for her to continue more regularly. Alasana Mashuni to work. Alasana Mashuni with cold and ice. This, if it can be sometimes ice bath, but it doesn't have to be too frequently. Alasana Mashuni, the hyperbaric chamber. Also, Alasana Mashuni seem to produce alasana mashuni very good reason, a very good effects. Alasana mashuni alasanai on our vessel. Alasana mashuni alasanai shini alasana mashuni alasanai alasana shuni ala alasana shuni alasanai. Another information is coming up. Alasana Mashuni that she knows already. Alasana Mashuni that Chris. Alasana Mashuni is also one. Alasana Mashuni that has traveled several. Alasana Mashuni lifetimes with you. Alasana Mashuni, so you can support one another in different ways. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Alasana Ishini. Sanama Shuni Alasanai. Chris is the beautiful soul. Alasana Mashuni is a guy that owns Alasana Mashuni and runs a rehab center where they have these facilities. They would have the ice bath and they do have the hyperbaric chamber. And he has invited me to try a couple of times. So Alasana Mashuni, invitation to do more of this. Alasana Mashuni, you have Alasana Mashuni improved Alasana Mashuni some habits, as in you are keeping strong, but you are respecting more the times where your body asks you to rest. Alasana Mashuni, we can channel you Alasana Mashuni more later on in terms of supplements or other things that may be needed. Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni. I'm feeling Alasana Mashuni, something very intense on my spine. Alasana Mashuni, I want to ask you if this is just the body getting tired being under session or if this is something else. It is a bit of both, Federica. There are upgrades. There are old devices that were hooked Alasana Mashuni to your energy center and the spine that finally Alasana Mashuni really needs to be removed. Alasana Mashuni and upgraded. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni, so bear with the pain. Alasana Mashuni, she's in much Alasana big pain at the moment, but she has Alasana Mashuni great experience. to gracefully deal with it. Alasana Mashuni. Wow. Alasana Shuni Alasanai. Alasana Shuni. Alasana Shuni Alasanai. So there is much happening within the lower and thoracic spine, front and back. This may continue. Alasana Mashuni to happen. Alasana Mashuni, be gentle. Alasana Mashuni with yourself today and tomorrow. Alasana Mashuni, your body may have to flush several things. Alasana Mashuni, energetically and biologically. Drink Alasana Mashuni plenty. Alasana Shuni of water and good liquids. Alasana Mashuni, so the body can do. Alasana eats things, and Alasana what it's meant to do to assist with the upgrades. It's not going to be too straightforward. It may take Alasana Mashuni time and several sessions, Alasana Mashuni, but it will continue to happen. Alasana, this is also Alasana Mashuni. To allow Alasana Mashuni, this is for all of you understanding, to Alasana Shuni, allow the soul achievement progression towards such Alasana Mashuni, a high level of wisdom. Do not think that that come easily or just through a handful of experience. Alasana Mashuni and through Alasana Mashuni, inexpensive of all the roles, Alasana Mashuni. Several have, yes, indeed been Alasana Mashuni the experiences where she didn't have such a pacific or in light Alasana Mashuni role. Alasana Mashuni, so she has spent Alasana Mashuni much of these recent years in clearing intentionally, in a skilled way, Alasana Mashuni, interfacing and clearing contracts, vows, and plans. Alasana Mashuni, it's a progression. Biggest part has been done. Alasana Mashuni, tiny debris are left here and there. It's just a matter of clearing Alasana Mashuni, those old devices, echoes and chords. Alasana Mashuni, but they have no longer effect on you. Alasana Mashuni, Alasanai. We're continuing the body scan.
Oh, thank you so much. So you can let me know if you find something else that needs attention. Thank you.
Thank you. We are closer to the eyes. Alasana
Mm.
Shuni. Federica, there is much Alasanama. There is much to do with the inner eyes connected with the physical eyes. Yes, you may think that the traumatic experience that he had back then was the initiator, the trigger, Alasanama Shuni, for the floater. That was a much bigger echo from something that happened in another lifetime where he went blind. Alasanama Shuni, Alasana Ishini. Alasanama Shuni, assistance, compassion, it's for you in this life. It's like crossover. Say, for example, Alasana Mashuni, to explain it to humans that are not such accustomed to other lives and working with energy. It's like if you try to switch a radio channel to another. And can you, Alasana Mashuni, recall the moments where they overlap for a moment? So you may feel a bit of noise. That's not one channel or the other. It's just a bit of noise that is coming for the temporarily overlapping of that. You see, in human bodies, sometimes you do have these things that may not as be temporary, but as in, like to say, the floaters in this life are like the rumor, is like the echo of the other lifetime. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Shuni. Any guidance to clear them. Alasana Mashuni. Everything is intertwined for a reason. However, we can try to assist in which way the echo of that lifetime is impacting Alasana Mashuni you now. Take better and more responsible care, Alasana Mashuni, of what you consume, Alasana Mashuni, in Alasana Mashuni, through aliments, through environment, through breathing, Alasana Mashuni, carrots, lemon, water with lemon, Alasana Mashuni, anything that can organically support Alasana Mashuni your sight. Alasana Mashuni would do no harm and actually would support you. But Alasana Mashuni, much is it to do with energetic, is not too much to do with your lifestyle.
Okay. Um, And is the energetic mostly from a past life, or is it this life, or both?
It was another one. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni allowed us to check. Alasana, this is an important part to address. Alasana. We won't say much, but we will address briefly. The head. Alasana Mashuni. Federica, there are many, many reasons, loved one, in which the struggle, Alasana Mashuni, with your head. Allow a part in Italian e vogliamo ringraziare tantissimo dal cuore tua madre e i tuoi genitori che con servizio si sono presi cura di te, si sono preoccupati e hanno cercato di investire in tante cure e quant'altro. Queste sono cose oltre quelle che loro potrebbero comprendere. Translation. A message to the mother that when she was a little one and she had a lot of struggles with migraine and etc., they try to do their best, sometimes with frustration, but still with lots of service and much love. Alasana Mashuni to visit specialists and centers to get cures. The reason mostly are much beyond the physical realm, and that what they could understand, they would not get the answers in Western medicine. They would not get the answers, not only Alasana Mashuni. Alasana Mashuni with what they Alasana Mashuni may know Alasana Mashuni or what they call science to be. There are many other reasons. Alasana Mashuni. So no, Alasana Mashuni, that as you become more and more skilled and you reclaim like your priest and priestess knowledge and all Alasana Mashuni, your knowledge and skills, you're also able to discern. And when collectives and galaxies and Alasana Mashuni beings from other realms and lifetimes trying Alasana Mashuni to visit you, to come you are now better trained and skilled. Alasana Mashuni to discern. Alasana Mashuni, and maybe allow them in if you do want to connect them with them. Alasana Mashuni, but also Alasana Ma to send them back, to send them back, to send them back to where they belong. Alasana Mashuni, if they are coming not in the light. She had some visitation where she was a small child. Alasana Mashuni. Some of them, Alasana Mashuni briefly repeated, Alasana Mashi has closed all the contracts with that collective, Alasana Mashuni. And this is no concept. This is not a new concept for you. Many of you, if you carry a big Alasana Mashuni, light, Alasana Mashuni, and skills and power within, Alasana Mashuni, that is enticing. Alasana Mashuni for Alasana Mashuni, other beings, species, and collectives. Alasana Mashuni. She's now Alasana Mashuni. If she was not able, Alasana Mashuni, as a child, she is now much more able, Alasana Mashuni, to be aware of her space and defend herself, Alasana Mashuni. In part, yes, it was part of a training to be exposed to such things. But now we can start Alasana Mashuni progressively, surely to close doors. She had, from free will, decided to close contract, excuse me, with several Alasana Mashuni of collectives. Alasana Mashuni, let me see if I have permission to share this. Because I do have a specific name that is coming up for a collective. It's your risk, Federica. Okay, I'll decide not to share it, but I do know what they're referring to. I do came Alasana Mashuni from free will to close contracts, Alasana Mashuni from other collectives that would invite me in this lifetime, in this current lifetime, to step into leadership roles with them. And I said, no, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Mashuni. And so Alasana Mashuni, with that, many Alasana Mashuni disturbances, many visitation would come. Alasana Mashuni, but this is to say there were many other reasons why the head. There are some things that are to do, this we would say, with the physical health that Western and like medicine, holistic medicine, the Alasana Shuni medicine and everything with holistic cures may assist with that. We are not going to Alasana Mashuni share this Alasana Mashuni now. We will point you Alasana Mashuni with discretion in the right direction if you see. If you need Federica Alasanama to change any lifestyle or to see any specialist, Alasanama. So there was Alasanama Shuni, a physical component, but the majority was not. Alasanama Shuni. Sana.
Will she notice an improvement soon with her eyes?
She, Alasanama Shuni, might be able to notice progressive small improvements overall, Alasana Mashuni, she has been witnessing her greater ability to deal with all. So and the Alasana Mashuni adjusting her frequency, it's already a beautiful Alasana Mashuni. Signs of progression, Alasana Mashuni, with the physical features of the body. Some can progress, Alasana Mashuni.
Thank you.
On a final note on the healing, we are continuing to work on the spine. Much will Alasana Mashuni will come in the hours to come for her Alasana Mashuni. There is Alasana Mashuni addressing one point of the nature Alasana Mashuni of the bones in the feet. Alasana Mashuni, this is also connected with Alasana Mashuni, her lineage, but not just in the way that she may think. There is so much more of those intertwined energies connected to this. So it might not be Alasana Mashuni as easy to clear or revert. However, yes, miracles are always possible. Alasana Mashuni, we just wanted to confirm with her that there are also energetic and ancestral Alasana Mashuni reasoning behind that.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
We are completed with the healing
The
part.
healing. Thank you so much. I just, before we close the session, I just ask from her higher self or spirit team, is there any final message or directive you have for Federica today?
I'm getting a yes, that something else was to come forth, but it's Alasana, give me a moment to try and understand.
Thank you.
To try and facilitate them. The adjusting of the spine, which is quite painful, is still going on. Just one moment. Dear Frances, you have come so far. We are so proud of you. Alasana Mashuni. Alasana, we are Alasana Mashuni, some of Alasana Mashuni. The Alasana Shuni, the guides that are working with you, do not get confused to the language. This is the default language she, the vessel, would use. This language is not connected to you. Alasana Mashuni, but she is Alasana Mashuni giving Alasana Mashuni has permission to borrow Alasana Mashuni, her channel, Alasana Mashuni, to send a high Alasana Mashuni, a small connection with you. Alasana Mashuni, it is Alasana Mashuni, yes, a bit of orchestration behind the scenes that we, Alasana Mashuni reciprocal spirit team, Alasana Mashuni, Alasana Shuni decided Alasana Mashuni to put you, to offer you the opportunity, and you both said yes, Alasana Mashuni. So the opportunity for expansion, Alasana Mashuni will be Alasana Shuni for both. Alasana Mashuni, Francis, we want to remind you, Alasana Mashuni, you can choose Alasana Mashuni to start, Alasana Mashuni actioning upon so many things that you already held within, that we have Alasana Mashuni been trying Alasana Mashuni to point you in the right direction for so long, and that this lady here has recently also voiced that to you. Do not Alasana Mashuni discard the nudges. Do not Alasana Mashuni deny the signs that you have. Alasana Mashuni course, abilities, skills that you have within. Do not think Alasana those make you any less of others because Alasana Mashuni maybe the vision is not as strong. Alasana Mashuni, that is not important. Call for more. Call for more. And what is meant for you, Francis, what it was designed for you to experience in this incarnation will come. Remember that you have a voice, and so that you can ask. You can gracefully ask from your heart, and we, Alasana Mashuni, are happy to assist you. We do not want Alasana Mashuni to take too much of this vessel. Alasana Mashuni, we will come. Alasana Mashuni, next time when it's your turn, Alasana Mashuni, and we will be with you.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm very happy with that. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Now I'll ask the higher self and the spirit team to I'll ask you now to recede back to where you belong with much love and much thanks for the help and information you have been giving Federica today. I know she is really going to appreciate it.